What? Oh, fuck.
So, what is up, everybody? Sorry about that. That is my bad. It's Wednesday night. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for Gaming Beyond the Box. And let me knock this out of the way real quick. Thank you, Fun Speculation, for the $5 super chat. Have a great show, guys. I will have some extra pulpy orange and banana juice in your honor. Well, thank you, sir. All right. Now, let's get to the panel. On the bottom right, you will see Santa Claus's long-lost cousin, Clowns. What's going on, Clowns?
Hey, what's going on, man?
All right, save the excitement. You'll need it. All right, and next to Clowns is the one, the only, and we've got him here on webcam, Mr. Colt Eastwood himself.
Webcam, what is this, the 90s?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on my compact Rosario. Yeah, thanks for having me. This is going to be a good time.
Well, you know, everybody's used to your voice and seeing your videos, but not many people know your face.
Yeah,
So,
It's a nice face. Nice
Thanks.
face there.
and you do look exactly like your avatar, and it's crazy.
Weird.
I know the whole disjointed mouth and everything.
Yeah. All right. And then next, beside Colt, we have the president of the Myrtle Beach Flat Earth Society. What's up, Ghost?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for everybody coming out. Let's talk about what's going on in the gaming world and how everybody's pre-orders went. Let's go.
All right. And to Ghost's
All right,
left, yeah, you're still talking. But anyway, to Ghost's left, we have Lady. What is up?
What is up? Not much. Just Wednesday drinking, like every other day. Nothing special.
And to her left, we have the king of the phalanges. What's up, Bomber?
What's going on? I'm excited. Too much to talk about. I'm just ready, and I'm ready to put some stuff on blast. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a great show.
All right, and up to the top right, we have the one, the only ZZ Top Step In Dreadpool.
What's up, everybody? I'm so happy to be here. We got Colt. This is exciting times, man.
Well, when you get a celebrity like Colt, I mean, that's like
Apparently, you're all the rage.
I know. Well, he has that podcast.
Celebrity and disconjointed jaw, and what else? What other insult did you give him, Bomber?
Xbot will work. Yeah.
You
They got that show
There goes my
on like
camera.
Thursdays or something.
I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I'm excited, even though the camera just screwed me.
that's all
The
right.
camera hates you.
It does.
Jealous
That's
of
all
the
right.
beard.
Fork would have screwed you anyway.
That's true.
All right, and Leo, our resident trash, and psycho, whatever he is. What's up, Leo?
Nothing much, man. Ready to get this started. Let's go.
All right, and you're right there with Clowns. Save that enthusiasm. We got a 2-hour show.
That's
And
right,
in the
Leo.
middle-
Save it.
In the middle, we have my Canadian brother from another mother, Mr. Noof. Go ahead.
Boom, boom, kaboom, it's Noof Nukem in the room. Hey, everybody, let's get ready to rock. We're going to throw it on down on Gaming Beyond the Box. Let's do this.
And Mr. Tushy, thank you for the $2 super chat. The earth feels flat today. It feels flat almost every day, doesn't it? And to his left, I'm sorry, guys, we are on 8 different destinations tonight. We are on 2 different Facebook pages, and chat is going kind of crazy on my end, so I'm trying to keep up. To his left, we have the panel alcoholic and the one and only creator of the Elvis vibrator with 3 speeds. Let me tender, don't be cruel, and Jailhouse Rock. What's up, Husk?
Cheers, motherfuckers. It's finally Wednesday. We got a lot of shit to talk about. We got some awesome guests. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, and Timpa's son actually, it was almost a running joke. I had put up a post earlier said he's going to find a way out of the panel. But guys, he does have a sick little baby at home. So yeah, family is much more important than a podcast.
Family first.
Absolutely.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you, Paul, for the $5 super chat. Colt, damn, I thought the tweet said Clint Eastwood. I'm out.
I get people will comment on my videos and go, "Are you like Clint Eastwood's nephew?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Yep.
100.
Say, are you feeling lucky?
Yeah, there
My
you go.
middle name's Harry.
And see, you've got that little check mark beside your your
That's
YouTube
right.
name.
Look at that. Look at
Oh,
that.
dang.
Yeah, I never seen that
Nice.
before.
He's official.
I was wondering
Yeah,
what that was
that
about.
check mark is sexy, Colt.
Yeah, I
Sexy.
know.
One
I
day.
checked my mailbox to see if it came with a checkbook. So I'm not. Just have to wait. I want the one on Twitter. The Twitter one's the coup de grace, but they have that on hold. Yeah.
It's probably going to be weird for you being able to kind of keep up with the chat and interact with them, right?
I mean, there's a lot of people in the chat. This is
Well,
perfect.
yeah, but you'll actually be able to
He's not used
maybe
to
type
reading it.
something every once in a while and be able to read it.
Yeah, you
Enjoy
got,
things.
Right?
Hang out.
it's not like RDX, you know, it's not spinning at 300 RPM.
You should see his eyeballs just rolling in the back of his head as he's trying to read and follow a chat.
Need a solid straight drive for those guys.
All right. Now, there's been a lot of crap go on for the last since last week and this week. Let's talk about some pre-orders.
Oh Jesus! Here we go. Yeah.
Getting into it.
I was able to get 3 Xbox Series X's and a Series S.
Rub it in. Rub it in.
I got lucky thanks to the good folks at Target, Best Buy, and Amazon.
Nice.
But some of the people on the planet on the podcast weren't so lucky. Go ahead, Bomber. You're dying to do it, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
So, yeah, my process freaking sucks. Of course, I was not able this time to just buy it outright like a lot of everybody else could, and that's fine. Hey, it is what it is. Xbox said, "Hey, you have all access. You could do pre-orders on the same day too." I was like, "Sweet, let's do this." That was the worst thing. I probably should have never listened to certain people on Twitter to tell me that, oh, everything's gonna be good. Xbox has got it. Bullshit.
It wasn't me this time.
They freaking dropped the ball big time. Did not a lot for the people that are probably going to do that, because they'd even freaking turn it live until halfway through, like from like at like 10:30, 10:45 is when they actually turned it on, and they were already sold out on their regular site. So as soon as they turned it on, it was sold out. So you couldn't even do the all access. And then I did get in there, did the whole all access thing, got approved, got to the end, hit place order, and then it crashed. And then I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
fine.
they should have done like pre-approval or some shit.
I go back in there, and all it does is just ask me for verification instead of doing another credit check, which was great. I was like, cool, it saved my stuff. Go back in there, and then I can't get a device because it's sold out. I'm like, okay, fine. So I get on Amazon. I was able to get one. That one is for the wonderful Fork. I got him one. So that was my major thing, was to, you know, at least get one, and that's going to him. But my thing though is the fact that now I contacted Xbox today because I got an email from citizens to say, I'm golden. You got Xbox All Access. Sign up and everything. So I was like, sweet. I was like, okay, maybe it went through. Just didn't know that place order worked. Get in there, set everything up, get to the site. Then it says total amount 0. There's nothing on the account for a, you know, the quote unquote loan that Citizens does for this particular thing. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I find some people on Twitter saying that a lot of them had the same issue. Apparently they do a hard hit on your credit for one. That was the downside. And then for two, they apparently automatically create you an account on Citizens even if you didn't get to place your order, which is also stupid. Because I contacted Microsoft and they said, nope, you don't have a device. And if you happen to not get a device within 30 days, if somehow you can't fulfill it on Xbox All Access, if they get more in for that program, after 30 days, I have to do the whole thing again, which is another credit check. And then definitely I'm not doing that. I just won't get one.
Oh, that's
but yeah, so that is my dilemma. That's the only thing I'm pissed off about Xbox. That's the reason why I'm on my rant right now. That they could have handled that a lot better, especially with them saying, oh my gosh, this is going to be great because you have this option. This costs $35, $25. Yes, this is going to be great. And then nobody can do it. And then the people that tried get screwed with their credit.
Yeah.
And then possibly can't get it because I guarantee you Microsoft is going to put all the allotment of their devices for people that are paying full retail for the device, which I don't blame them. They get more money for that. I understand that. But if you got people that already have credit checks ran, you
Mm.
need to fulfill those. I'm sorry, that's just me. Granted, I know I'm part of those people, so I'm a little biased here, but anyway, yeah. So other than that, I don't think that what everybody was saying, like, oh, it was crap that they did it all at 10 o'clock and it went through. No, it was fine. I think that was great. It gave everybody a equal opportunity to get one. That was fine. Yeah, they had some screw ups, whatever, but the all access thing's the only thing I will say that was an absolute joke. So
I totally
they gave
agree.
you the shaft pretty hard on that.
Yes.
I tried to do it. I didn't even get as far as you though. Like it just wouldn't even load up the whole thing. I was gonna try to save some money on Christmas and just do that monthly installment, and didn't work. Oh well, I got it on Amazon.
And Colt Underachiever says, "You big dork on camp."
I've known Underachiever for I don't know 6-7 years. It's crazy. Yeah, true friend. Yeah, he actually helped me out. He says he didn't help me, but he was one of another friend that kind of held my hand through the pre-order process and made sure that I was okay and that I made it through alive.
Hell yeah.
It was.
How many people did you have helping you, Colt? You said that
everybody, dude.
You had Rand helping you.
Yep.
Yeah, and Rand, you were pretty
helping you what? Like what was happening?
Look, he has over 100,000 subscribers. So come on.
He hires his own damn posse to get consoles. Jesus, wow.
Yeah, what I mean by that was Rand and I talk on the phone every day. So we were on the phone on speakerphone while he just secured his, and he was telling me what he did on Xbox.com to get it because it just wouldn't go anywhere. And then Underachiever and I were on the phone. He was like, try this and do this. I hear people are getting it here, or I just got mine from here. And then Lord Cognito DM'd me like 3 different times yesterday or the day before to get an S, because I also wanted to get his S. He's like, Colt, they're up. And I went, I'm like, it's not working. He's like, oh, man. And then an hour later he goes, Colt, they're up again. And I got him then. So I really had to give thanks to those guys. Because, you don't have to do anything for anybody else. And these guys are amazing. Really cool people.
The funny part, my wife actually, because I kept trying to do it from the Microsoft website and just never could get it to work. My wife was on her iPad and she was on Target. And at first, Target says, well, you didn't get it. And it went through the process of charging the card. So she backed out and went back in again and tried again. And I got 2 emails from my credit card says, oh, well, you got 2 consoles pre-ordered. So got lucky there. And then lady actually put a link in the chat yesterday for Amazon. As soon as I clicked on it, it gave me a console.
It was Amazon Smile, which I thought was weird that I found a thing like through Amazon Smile. I couldn't get it through like actual Amazon, but I was like, oh, this Amazon Smile shit is actually working. So I'll just order from that and I'll donate to my charity of choice.
And then it worked. And then about 3:30 yesterday, I was on the Best Buy app, and all of a sudden it showed pre-order below the consoles. So that's when I snagged the S. So I got lucky, actually. Mm-hmm. And Mariano, thank you, sir, for the $5 super chat. Leo, come on. You're the only one not on a cam. What do we need to do to get you on? Bomber, use your fingers to convince him.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, Leo.
And Hassan is starting. Thank you, Hassan, for the $5 super chat. Breaking news. Anthem 2.0 just broke every website. It's coming, man. It's coming. Just ask Ains. It is coming.
I thought it was called Outriders.
So who else actually got their pre-orders in yesterday?
Woo! Well, I did.
I got mine in.
You know what I got? You know what I got? You know what I got? An S. Man. You know why? Because somebody at the GameStop line let their wife come in late and claim, oh, no, she's not my wife. She has separate ID. Her kid was sitting there the whole time waiting in line.
That's because you didn't want to throw blows.
That's terrible.
Dude, I could have done it.
First of all, the GameStop employees, they failed because they should have told them to go to the back.
You know how old her child was that was allegedly in line?
I don't think care how old that kid is.
3 months old. 3 months old.
Dude, her kid could have been 30. I still wouldn't give a shit.
Nah, as a former GameStop manager, I would have been like, nah, that wouldn't have went.
You know what they had?
And they got 4.
7 X's, right? They had 7 X's. And I would have got an X, but you know what? They bought 4 X's, 2 each.
No, see that's
Jesus,
BS.
what?
They should have never let.
Ridiculous.
No, they only should have 1 per person because it's 1 per body. That's how it should be always.
Well,
He was like,
That's what I got to do.
two per household. 2 per household. That's what he said.
No, that's
they
that's
should have got an
BS.
X and an S. The S should have went
Yeah.
to the half, person.
If anything, like,
No,
Nobody
I still
wanted the
think
Xbox.
It's
That's
just that's true. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Nobody wants
thought so
Xbox.
too until I saw the tweets about people cutting in line and shit and babies
Throwing
taking
elbows.
spots. I'm like, what the fuck is
Well,
what is happening?
Babies throwing elbows in the GameStop.
right?
It was better than leaving the kid in the
You
car,
gotta drop
right?
those on them sometimes.
Everybody in
Over
line
there.
was angry, but I called him out. I was like the only person that called him out on it, and the GameStop manager didn't know what to do. I think he was a little nervous because he thought a fight was going to break out because the kid with the ponytail was trying to act all hardcore. And I was like, you know what? Just hit me. Just go ahead, hit me so I can hit you back. Just hit me.
Hit me so my beard can absorb it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm telling you, like,
Well,
And
that's
Cloud,
crazy, man. That's crazy.
Cloud, thank you for the $5 super chat. I can't see the panel through all the beards. I know, dude. It's rough, man.
dude, I love the beards. I'm here for it.
It is
Well,
rough.
Man,
I'm lucky and pretty fortunate because for a guy
we
who
can't see
wasn't
Colts though. He
100%
needs to pull his
sold
mic down.
on picking up next yesterday, like I was kind of even late. Like I woke up at the time when they were supposed to go live, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna jump on and see if I can secure one. And I went through a bunch of different sites. I think I might have started with EB Games up here first. And the crazy part was a lot of them like they started out good, and you're like, oh, click on the item, put it in the fucking shopping cart. Then I get to the cart, EB Games just gets this little circle, right? So you couldn't really finish the transaction. Circle, keep refreshing, same old shit. So that was out. Then I got out of that one and I went to Walmart and said, yeah, available. Then you go and put it in the cart, and then just as it gets there, it blanks out, says online sold out, that sort of stuff. And it was just the same rigmarole. So like, a lot of people are pinning it on Xbox. Sure, I think maybe they had less quantities than they figured they would have, but I mean, this is largely on these retailers that obviously did not expect the demand, or it shows you how sadly inadequate most of these websites really are to handle the traffic. Because I heard so many horror stories of the same stuff where sites were crashing and going, and finally got the Best Buy and same deal. But then just as you go to check out, you get this error. It put you in a line waiting queue, and so now you're in line. You're like, oh yeah, finally I'm in the line, and then all of a sudden it would go error. Please try again. And this came up, and then eventually I went back to it after like I think it was like after 11 o'clock my time. But then I figured, there's no way in hell I'm getting one. So I go back into Best Buy, go through the same procedure once again, and sure enough, this time it actually worked, and it's in the cart. It's paid's ready to go. So I'm pretty lucky.
I do want to let you guys know that there's 2 celebrities on this panel that were famous in the GameStop line, because there was another kid that tried to cut in front of me with some kid named Billy. I'll call him Billy because he had like a chair and he was camping out. And I was on Twitter, and I was really upset about this other kid trying to cut in. And I started talking about it on Twitter. And then one dude's like, "Oh, are you upset that I'm bumping in line?" And I said something to him, and he's like, "Oh, I can respect that. I understand. I don't want you to have an aneurysm. I see you over there on Twitter." I'm like, "What do you mean you see me on Twitter?" So I look at his phone, and he follows HR Bomber, he follows Dealer, he follows Cole.
We were talking shit on Twitter, and he's like,
And and it's like, so Iron Lords and Cole and Dealer. He's like, yeah, follow all of them. He's like, I can't stand that crap guy. I'm like, what? He starts talking about those guys. And he just starts talking about everybody on Twitter that I know and follow. And he's just like, yeah, I like those guys. They're pretty cool. And his friends took that line.
Cool.
So
Fuck, man.
There is a drawback to using the cameras. I will admit it. Like I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I was in Harris Teeter grocery shopping of all places. And, when you're online, you don't think a lot of it. Mm-hmm. And, you get that feeling that somebody's looking at you.
Just staring at you.
And
I know him from somewhere.
I'm standing there looking at seafood. And I turn around looking at this guy and his wife. Yeah, his wife, they're looking at me. And I just kind of turn around, and in case you haven't figured out, I'm just naturally a smart ass anyway. And I look at the guy, I'm like, "Can I help you with something?" And he goes, "You're Wilmy Hood." I'm like,
No way.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
No pictures.
Fucking celebrity status now.
Right?
Colt was a celebrity. Fuck, man, you were shopping.
I've never
Dude,
had
it
that.
happens. It really I haven't personally, but I used to wear like my clan hoodie. Like I had a Rezo hoodie for a while, and I'd go out there like, oh, is that I don't know if you know, it's like a clan in Destiny. They'd be like, oh, is that Rezo? And I'm like, oh, yeah,
Cowboy Clan.
Yeah.
I had no idea who they were.
Oh yeah, you noticed? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what that.
Yeah.
But then
I'm
again,
not really
too,
in it. I just wear it.
But the only thing is, I have a local Facebook page called Wilmy Hood that's mainly just in my area that has 12,000 followers, which we're actually on tonight for the first time. It got converted to a gaming channel. So everybody watching it on Facebook, I do apologize.
Or do we?
Exactly. But any more crazy pre-order stories?
Well, let's see. I thought I lost it. I
was fully prepared to get my ass chewed by my fucking girlfriend, and error upon error. That was my story. That's about the extent of my story.
I sat there and I was on Twitter with everybody. Bomber and Lady can attest. I'm going like, fuck. No, I didn't get it because he just kept on scrolling, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then eventually it would pop up, and I'm like, okay, add it to cart. There's nothing in my cart. Add it to cart again. You got too many in your cart. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm screwed. It's already sold. It's gone.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden it pops up. It's in my cart. I'm like, bought. Oh, sweet. For all the information, how you want to purchase it. And you guys all remember how many rewards points I had. I had over 300,000.
You better
right?
better use that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got $335 out of that. So I only paid $200 for my ex.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
So,
Wow.
Bravo.
you know what I mean? So imagine telling the wife, I just bought a console for $500. We really don't have the money, but I only paid $200.
Turns out I got it for less than half price.
Turns out I'm a fucking badass.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out I'm pretty awesome.
That was the goal. I mean, I was every day going through those reward points, trying to go on Game Pass, and trying to get those points until they started reset everything, so you're not getting as much.
Yeah,
but it was just like every day it was a grind trying to get that. It was worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I was determined. I was not going to not get one.
I was
determined
until
it pissed me off. So then
I had no intention of pre-ordering one, but I ended up doing it.
Yeah, I was saying, fucking Leo of all people.
Yeah, Leo's like,
fuck it,
fine, I'll try
it.
it. And then he's like, oh, I can get it.
He's like, oh shit, I got one.
Right.
Cool.
Well, he's like, I got all these, and I'm over here like sweating my fucking ass off, like just trying to get one, like secure one. And Wilmy like pops into our chat like, I got 3. I'm like, whatever.
Hey, my wife's amazing. What can I say? Like I said, she looked to target. So
I was not intending to get any, but I was like, oh, it's in my cart. And I was like, oh, this will work. And I clicked it. It's like, you have pre-ordered your Series X. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess I got a Series X.
What's funny is I was hearing people till 2 p.m. still being able to order it.
Yeah, I ordered it. I kept going until like 5 o'clock, and I still couldn't. So
I think I was just trying too hard.
I think it was like 3:30 when I got that off the Best Buy app.
Damn.
So
it went off. It's sketch though.
Yeah, according to Rand, Colt, you were pretty frustrated.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, I was really frustrated. I mean,
his butthole was clenching.
Kind of,
Yeah, I'm with Lady on that because I was really nervous. I got
all the anxiety, man.
I got screwed over with the Xbox One X when that launched. I didn't get it till like almost 2 weeks after everybody else. I bought it on Walmart.com, and they had a hang up with my credit card. Like on their end, they said, "Oh, we need your approval," but nobody knew. I didn't know. My bank didn't know. Nobody that I called knew, and I called them several times up until the Xbox One X came out. And finally, I realized, man, they're not going to come through on this. Their warehouse didn't know what was going on, so I went on Newegg and was able to find a Scorpio before they were all gone. Nice. So I was an unhappy guy. So I was really nervous that I was going to have a repeat because I need this console day one so I can talk about it.
Just remember.
I heard Newegg was pretty it was kind of the best place to be. A lot of people were saying that Newegg, like the traffic, everything was just kind of going smoothly. And I was like, oh, I
never saw them on Newegg the other day. I kept looking. I never saw them when they finally.
It was like Best Buy. It was like 2 hours later, like surprise, bitch, we got.
Yeah, what happened with the PS5 launch early? Like all these retailers went early, and then most of the retailers they promised for the Xbox Series consoles, they didn't show up till like 2 hours to 4 hours after the time.
So you're like going through your windows, just refreshing. Like, do you have them yet? Do you have them yet? What the fuck is happening? Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? Last year, for the Scorpio, right when they released the 1X, as soon as they said it, I drove down. You know, it was probably like 20-minute drive. I was there within 5 minutes. I'm sitting there and I'm telling GameStop, I'm like, it's ready. It's ready. They said you can order it now. They're like, nope, it's not there. It's not there. And I'm going back and forth with my friends. They're like, yeah, I got mine. I'm like, it's ready. I'm telling you, they're getting it from GameStop. And they're like, nope, it's not ready yet. And I'm like, I'm the first one to order this, right? Nobody's, so I'm standing in line and I keep on getting back in line. I don't care if there was one person or two people. I kept on getting back in line because I'm like, is it ready? Is it ready? And this time I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to go online and do this.
That shit has happened before with Collector Edition. I don't remember what it was. I think it was the Call of Duty fridge thing they came out with in 2017. I don't know which one it was, but they came out with a mini fridge and they announced it. And people came in, they're like, I want to pre-order this. And I'm like, dude, I don't have a SKU for that. I can't even pull that up right now. There's no collector's edition. And I got reamed by this guy. No, it's out there. I'm like, I believe you. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying it's not in my fucking system. I'm sorry.
It was Black Ops 3, the Juggernaut.
Yes. Yeah, the Juggernaut, the little edition. Yeah, definitely. I won one of those.
Let me catch this. Adam, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Must say these pre-orders were hectic. I got 2 PS5s and 1 X. Both my Amazon orders said they will be late, but lucky Sony picked me as a special pony.
Well, that's how I got my PS5 because they sent me one of those email invites. That's the only way I got one.
You can't really blame either company, Microsoft or Sony, to be honest, because a lot of it was bots.
Technically, yeah.
I still blame
on retailers to.
I still blame Xbox for the all access because that's all.
Farmers like I get PS5.
I don't care. I will still.
Bomber, you should have just bought a house. It would have been easier.
Absolutely. But the thing is, a lot of it were the bots that were scrubbing these sites because these things are going up on eBay by 11:02.
Shoot,
they were already on
eBay. I think
they were on eBay the night before.
I think all the bots bought the 1Xs too.
Yeah, that's why the 1X fucking sales shot through the roof because apparently the bots aren't as smart as everybody thought they were.
That's what I said. I was like, it was all the fucking bots. They bought those Series or those 1Xs, not real people because
it was really bad.
A lot of real people that can't read. Seriously, 800%.
There's a pretty strong part of the media.
I give it 2 weeks, Ron.
Yeah, there's a strong part of the gaming media that really wants to push that 1X and Series X thing is too difficult for people to understand.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Yeah, some of the people there's a couple people like journalists and media people I really respect and enjoy hearing from on Twitter that were really trying to push that when the 1X got a sales spike. And I don't know if it was the bots, but I know Benji Sales, another guy I respect, said that it had nothing to do with confusion, that it was a regular spike of the console that's being discontinued. And also you have to keep in mind that there were probably a lot of PlayStation fans that pre-ordered a Series X because maybe they couldn't get a PS5 or they saw that they got a PS5 and it went out of sale. It went out of stock really fast. And so they thought, man, I should it sounds like the Xbox is hot too. And with this Bethesda news, there's a lot of people who thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. So I knew going in. Yeah, I knew going in it was going to be crazy. Grounded Gamer or Fonz on our podcast told this great story yesterday on the show about how his wife read about the Bethesda news and said, I think you should go down there to GameStop sooner than you're planning. And he goes, why? She goes, I read about this Bethesda thing and it sounds like it's a big deal. And he's like, wow, she's thinking that. So he went at 4:40 in the morning for that 8 o'clock.
Were there already chairs? Were there already people out there? Because there were people at both of my GameStops.
So he shows up at 4:40 in the morning in the California GameStop where he lives, and he said there was like 6 different cars, and they were all huddled in there with their coffees, like because it was a little bit chilly in the morning, waiting to go out there. And Fawn's like, "Forget this," and he parked his car and walked right up, and just grabbed his hand onto the handle of the door. He's like, "I'm here first." And so he got out of there, no problem.
Nice. So going back to that, my Scorpio kind of shit the bed recently. I can't play any Xbox One games. I can play 360 games, anything that's BC, and it doesn't, it literally shits the bed where I have to unplug it, and everybody's like, well, you can't use a surge. I'm like, I know, I've done all this stuff before. It's directly into the wall. I've done everything.
And have you cleaned it out? I'm just kidding.
So what does it do? Does the game just crash back to the dashboard when you try to load it up?
Yeah, the game's crash right. No. Completely power out, blank out, where it pops the internal fuse.
Oh man.
So and that's my Scorpio. And that's the funny thing is I'm actually looking at for the meantime, let me see if I can get another X for cheap. And I'm assuming there's probably guys doing the same thing. They're probably looking for another X currently that they can for preservation, basically, to say, hey, look, I got something on the shelf, because that's what I've got, a paperweight now. That's unless I'm playing 360 games, it's a paperweight. That's what's gonna happen.
It's hard to find them though. Like Newegg is selling the 1X for like over almost $500.
Yeah, it's $500 on Amazon. Like, I don't see how these people were buying them on Amazon. Like, I would know. Like, no,
but,
right? That's not right.
I went to get the Gears one. I was like, that's one that I've seen. Even Noof has it. I've seen it, and it's like, that looks really cool. And we went to the Microsoft store before they shut them down. Showed it off to the wife, and she was loving it. And she's like, "That's really cool." I'm like, "No. Come here and look at it." And she's like, "Oh, I see what you mean now. Yeah, that's really cool." She's like, "Do you want it?" I was like, "Well, no, my Scorpio works." I should have got it.
Not anymore.
You should have got it then.
Dude, it's crazy because I have like 2 OG Xbox ones.
I still got the OG right here.
Day ones, and they're running. One of them sounds like a fucking Cessna. Like, it's like anytime I power up a game, but it's running.
Not a PS4
it does what
Pro?
it needs to fucking do. Like, no. Unfortunately, my PlayStation is long gone.
No, I still got both of them. I still have Kinect. I'm all about the Kinect. I don't care.
I have a Kinect in my garage. I don't have it plugged in at all, but it's there. It happened.
My Kinect got ruined by an unfortunate beer accident years ago. I'm not even joking. Yeah.
Oh my God. Was it like those Wii accidents where you like threw the controller accidentally and it like?
No, it was my girlfriend was pissed and hit my beer off my
Colt
TV tray at the time, and it went all over my nice TV.
Colt, meet Craig. Craig, meet Colt.
Hello, Craig.
Oh, matter of fact, here we go.
Craig's pretty nice.
There you go.
There it is.
I was next to him, wasn't I?
Fucking kisses. What's
up?
up?
Now I'm in between my 2 favorites.
All right, Fort. So, how was your day, sir?
Could be a lot. Could have been a lot better. Would have actually been off work at 3:00 until the doctor said, "Ah, shit," when we was putting in the pedicle screw, and then we heard the loud snap, and it was like, oh. So if you've ever dug out a bolt out of a 2x4 that snaps, imagine that in someone's spine.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it, dude.
Yeah, I'll take your word. Yep.
Why does that one surgery simulator?
Yeah,
simulator.
It makes a 2-hour surgery become a dear God, let's hope this ends at sometime surgery.
So is Noof setting up the stripper pole?
I think he is.
Okay. I think he's taking a fucking shit.
Wait,
he should have brought the bucket.
That's what buckets are for, right?
Interesting.
Dude, I bring an ice chest up here so I don't have to go get
anybody
beer.
else waiting for him to come out with like a chainsaw?
I know.
It's kind of weird.
Kick down the door, get some.
Just waiting for him to walk through, swinging around. You guys are still here?
Now that we're past the whole pre-order thing.
Yes.
Let's talk about the really big news for this week. And
hold on, I got the best news ever. According to my source behind the Target, not Target, it's actually Target up in Canada, there's more news coming from Microsoft sometime this year.
They bought Discord.
French. Yeah.
No,
they bought
no,
Discord,
that-
right?
no,
Yeah,
that-
yeah, by you.
Between now and
No,
December.
I found out that guy was lying.
So the
Okay,
Herberger scratch
wrong with
can didn't
TikTok?
work out.
Yeah,
Since
the
we did,
mirrors lie.
since
I've been
we
work-
have since we have the and we're actually paying Colt by the hour to be here since he is a
No.
celebrity.
Oh.
Tear this shit up.
Hey,
Hold
Colt,
on.
can I
Just
pay
gonna
you
hook
by
up
the hour?
later and yeah. No?
I'm just messing with Colt.
They're gonna hold me upside down.
I want
and start ringing
Colt
me
to
out.
be on this
Oh,
one.
whoa, he's
Dude
not.
came down like a fucking badass.
Oh,
Did
he's
you
back.
see that?
Where's the stripper pole, dude?
How much are we paying you, Noof?
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
enough.
you're not getting paid either.
Oh, I just sent him
Oh.
titty shots of Bomber. He said that was fine.
Okay.
Is that
But
why you
anyway,
came back?
What the fuck are my titty shots?
I want to
Hey,
I want to get Colt's thought on this because I know we've all got a lot of thoughts on this one. Colt, what is your thoughts about the whole Zenimax purchase?
I just finished a video on that today. It's going up tomorrow. Look out. I think that's what my thoughts are. It's going to be huge. And I think Xbox might have some of the biggest games in the business right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even with what we've seen today with the Dishonored devs coming out and being like, "Oh, we're working on AAA." I'm excited. Like it's exciting. Yeah.
I know you'll have to kind of rehash your answer from last night, but what do you think about them holding on to all those bigger IPs as opposed to multi-platin? A lot of them, like
it's essential for Xbox to make those exclusives. Put
all
simply,
of them or some of them?
almost all of them. It doesn't do Microsoft any good to spend $7.6 billion and make a little bit of money off of PlayStation console sales on PlayStation console games. So if they make like 30% off of every copy of a Bethesda game or Zenimax published game on a PS5, that is chump change compared to what they can make on Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles, Steam, Windows PC, and bringing people to xCloud and Xbox Game Pass. People have to understand that just selling on the PlayStation is Bush League when you're looking at how many people they are going to reach on the Xbox ecosystem, which is already so big, but it hasn't burst out to the general public yet where people don't understand what the reach is. So I don't think Bethesda is worried about not selling Fallout 5 on a PlayStation console when they know the potential for market reach is much bigger within the Xbox ecosystem. So
I can
Good
see it,
answer.
I guess.
Good
Yeah, well, they made that kind of apparent. Was it Larry Herb that sat down and talked to?
yeah, he
all of
talked
them,
to
all
Todd
three of
and
them?
Yeah,
Todd
Todd
Howard
and
and Phil and everybody. Yeah, and they made it blatantly apparent that their relationship is what, well, money obviously too, but that they're not worried about it, but they're
Just
still
a tad bit of
operating
money.
more or less independently, just under Xbox Studios banner.
Yes. One thing I couldn't say because I don't put a lot of opinion, hardly any opinion into my videos, but Larry asked Phil Spencer about the acquisition of Bethesda, and Phil danced around and tap danced around for about 4 or 5 minutes and basically didn't say anything other than we're so glad to see these creative teams do their thing, and we're so glad to be with them and have them make games. Like, he didn't really say anything, and I could tell. Here's the problem: is Phil can't come out and say, we just acquired Bethesda, all their games belong to Xbox, and if you want to play them, you got to be here. Because unfortunately, in the environment and the atmosphere that we are with console gaming right now, if Xbox says we're taking these games and they're ours, and you can't have them unless you're on the Xbox ecosystem,
Game Pass, yeah.
they look bad. If PlayStation says it, it looks like, wow, you need a PlayStation. And Xbox has kind of put themselves in this position where they've shared their games with PC, and Phil has tried not to do timed exclusives, although that's what's carrying them through 2021 is timed exclusives. You have to read between the lines because they're not ready to celebrate that yet. And unfortunately, if you're a huge PlayStation fan and you're only on PlayStation, you're not ready for that to become a reality.
No, yeah. Xbox has always said like Xbox for the gamer. Like that's kind of been their thing for the past, like, we're not looking at this as we're going to hold these away from everybody, but I can see it happening in the future just for.
I mean, you're not going to spend $7 billion and not have some of the games just be locked down to your console.
No, but like the
$7 billion
Elder Scrolls Online type of games, almost have to be multi-plat.
No. I mean, some games I can see being multi-plat, but there's some games where you
like
want them to come to your console.
Shit.
So, I mean, I could honestly see it being like, hey, look, Elder Scrolls 6 is free. It's going to be on Game Pass. It'll also be on PlayStation. However, you're paying $65 to play it there. Which one do you want to play on now?
Maybe, but like you guys are right when you said that Elder Scrolls Online or Elder Scrolls Online 2, if they do something else, and Fallout 76 and all the expansions, that will remain on PlayStation as well.
So everything is massive multiplayer, right?
Those future games. I feel what you're saying.
So I think that's really what it comes down to is they have to put in the legalese to cover their butts that they're going to keep some games as a service titles multi-plat, like they do with Minecraft, and then the other games will just be specifically on Xbox platform only because it's PC. Okay, you ready for this? Xbox is PC with Steam. It's a tablet. It's a smartphone. It's going to be on smart TVs. It's in Game Pass. It's on Xbox One, and it's on Xbox Series consoles, at least for the first 2 years on Xbox One. So that is a huge amount of people that could be playing their games.
Exactly.
And it's not taking very many people away.
Sounds like a huge amount of people being held back.
They're literally compiling and consolidating power from every angle.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
Hardware, software. They have the most powerful console. They have the most powerful in-house studios now, like 23 of them. Cloud-based games, subscription services. They have their hands in everything. There's
Xbox
literally
was biding their
nothing
time.
stopping them right now, and they're only getting and going to get continually stronger. Like they're not stopping. They're not going to stop.
It's like we've said here before, and like Phil Spencer had said, he's not worried about Sony. He's worried about Google and Amazon. He's preparing for the future. So at the end of the day, okay, you don't buy Bethesda, then Google or Amazon will. I mean, at the end of the day, this is what a lot of people have been talking about. PlayStation's been playing in a pool with Microsoft, not realizing Microsoft one day will just be like, you know what? We're going to go out and play at the big kids now. We're done being in the kiddie pool because it's a and people try to be like, Sony needs to buy something. Sony needs to buy something. Has anybody ever heard of Sears? Do you want to know why Kmart owns Sears? Because Sears bought Kmart and leveraged too much of their fucking company, and Kmart turned around and owned Sears. That's why Sony can't go out and buy a $10 billion company because that's a ninth of what it's worth. If I go buy out Wilmie's company and give him $10 billion and then he turns around and invests $10 billion into my company, oh, shit. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't just, they're going to. No, people that love Sony, I'm glad that you love it. But at the end of the day, Microsoft came out, they said, we're not playing. We are going to basically show you who we're going to be playing against. We're not playing against Sony anymore.
Well, and the CEO
took their path, and they
just
buy
Sony out. They're like, there. Now we're just going to put you in Japan. Be by yourself.
Like I said, again, the two companies are looking at things very differently. Sony's has been and traditionally still is focused on that console sale. It's getting people into their plastic box. Where Xbox, they're really glad that you buy it. But again, they've obviously shifted their focus to xCloud, to Game Pass. I agree with Jez Corden when he says, they're not investing this much money to kind of go out and then basically give away the most valuable properties now. They got to leverage that. And while I definitely think it's a case-by-case basis, and I think they're going to basically evaluate where Microsoft is over the course of the next, say, 12 months and see how well the consoles get out of the gate. They're going to see where those Game Pass numbers are. And then eventually I think they will. They'll look at each game. They'll kind of see where the demand is, see how people are reacting through social media, and then they're going to determine what or if is going to go to, say, another platform. Like, I mean, you look at a game as a double-edged sword because it can go either way. It's something like the Elder Scrolls 6, for example, right? It's going to be a huge game. I think that you can safe to say, right? It's going to be absolutely huge. So the question is, do you let that go over and maximize your potential by letting it become even a timed exclusive? Say, so it's on the Xbox for a year, then it goes to the PlayStation platforms after. Still would be a big win. But the thing is, if you at least hold it out for a year, you might drive more people into the ecosystem of Xbox, you know what I mean? And the less money they're spending in the PlayStation ecosystem, because now all of a sudden maybe they picked up a Series S or they picked up the Series X, or they're on their PC or wherever it might be, they're going to start pushing more money into Microsoft stuff. And the whole thing, this Bethesda deal just gets everybody looking in that direction now. And that's not only just good for Bethesda and good for Microsoft, it's good for every studio now that wants to move forward Xbox, because they're trying to attract more games and bigger games and stuff into Game Pass. And when they basically go, look at our numbers now, because we have basically RPGs on lock and shooters on lock, we've got all these things on lock, I think it's going to get easier and easier for companies to go, you know what, Game Pass is where it's at. They basically have running the gauntlet of the Netflix of gaming as they kind of want it to be, and it's just going to get bigger and better, and it's just going to be crazy. So, but they just got to watch what they do, because I'm not like, keep it off PlayStation at all means, but I think they should leverage it and definitely try to get more people into that Game Pass ecosystem if they can, and just continue to grow it. But that was a huge acquisition, and I can't wait to see where they go from there for sure.
No, I totally agree. Yeah,
let me click the super chat really quick. Nano, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. 1,000 in the chat. You're a professional podcast now. I wouldn't swear to that, Nano. God damn it, I can't be degenerate. I don't know what happened, dude. We were at 300 and something.
It was Colt. It's his beard thing.
I don't know.
It's that sexy, like velvety voice he has.
I'll be honest. Sitting next to him, I feel a little more manly.
I think it's rubbing off on you, Fork. I see that.
No, when we think back,
like something and just inspires my. No, that's a gas. Never mind.
See him rubbing off.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to see just games on Xbox and basically PlayStation fans screwed. I'd like to see Bethesda games go to PlayStation and all that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to, look, they bought them. We're going to get them a Game Pass. We'll get them part of our $15, which I'll be honest, they haven't said it anywhere, but I would not be shocked if within a year Game Pass becomes more than $15 a month. If it does, it does. I don't mind. Guess how many games I've played in the last 2 months off Game Pass? Enough to justify $30 a month, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's there for a reason. My kids play the shit out of that damn thing.
Dude, it's fucking best still.
And just wait, because the wonderful CEO of Microsoft already said, "Yeah, we're gonna buy more. Don't worry about it." Like they're like he's already seeing. I mean, crap. They increased their subscriptions by 50% in 6 months.
Well, I mean, think about it.
And that's just the number that they just put out now, which was
Bethesda
already
out. And all of those games now being in Game Pass, Doom, all those people are like, well, I'm going to hold off and buy Doom Eternal. I don't have $65. Well, guess what? Now it's in Game Pass. Oh, well, that changes things. And guess what? You got a PC. Great. You can play it there. I mean, like Colt was saying, Game Pass is not just on Xbox anymore. It's everywhere. They're now talking to Apple again. I mean, you're talking about the fact that they're trying to basically do everything they can to get it in your hands. They want you to be able to play anywhere you can, anytime you can, to be able to play the games that you want with the people that you enjoy. And to me, that's awesome.
That's huge.
The thing that I want to see is what's going to happen after TGS. I want to see if Japan takes anything, whether it's just them signing into, like, say they subscribe to Game Pass, not buy a console, but just I'm just curious. I'm curious if that's the market that they're going to begin. Like, we all know that Japan hates Xbox in a sense. Like, we see that as numbers. Like, they just do not go to it. They love their PlayStation, which is fine. But maybe the xCloud is the answer over there, and we'll see that. I think that's what we'll see, and that's what maybe they'll give us some numbers. I mean, I doubt it, but of course.
Actually, the numbers in Japan are much bigger for PC gaming and mobile gaming.
Right.
Even PlayStation, I can't remember what the console sales numbers were for PS4. It's like 90% over the Xbox, but I'd have to look that up, but it isn't very high.
So when you think back on those first, like when Xbox One and PlayStation 4 were coming into play, you had all these people who were dead set on buying the Xbox One. And I mean, in my mind, maybe it was just the community I was in, but it was for Destiny because they all thought that Bungie was going to team up with Xbox and Xbox was going to have exclusives and blah, blah, blah. And then when Bungie came out of the gate and said, no, it's PlayStation, I don't know how many people in my list that canceled their Xbox pre-order and was like, well, now I'm going PlayStation because they have the exclusives. So with Bethesda, I just feel like that's what's going to happen.
Which is funny because how many people came out saying exclusives ruin the industry?
Yeah, Nintendo Switch is the biggest console over in Japan, with Sony coming in second.
Let me case this one.
It up. It's 9 million in Japan, which is a lot higher than I thought.
Yeah, let me case this super chat. Shadow Ravager, thank you for the $5 super chat. They got Colt on cam. Yes, we did. Well, thank you, sir.
Well, you guys know exclusives are only bad when Microsoft wants to do it, right?
Right? Exactly. It's fucking crazy.
I posted it on Twitter this week. Microsoft could go out and buy PlayStation, and the next tweet would be PlayStation has no games. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, Colt, let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on the fact Sega's supposed to be having on the 25th, their con or whatever you want to call it is, where they announce stuff?
Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, how likely is it that we hear Sega's being bought by Microsoft there? I mean,
it's not going to be bought.
No, it's not going to be bought.
I don't see it happening.
No.
But did you see Bethesda happening?
A thing like a handshake and saying like the game will be on Game Pass. That's something I see.
Or Zenimax.
We talked about the Zenimax acquisition this whole entire summer, and some of the things that Xbox did this past couple of months really threw me off that they wouldn't do it. Like I kind of got an idea, like I thought Xbox was really going bold and going all in to take their place in the generation, and then they did a couple things where I'm like, maybe they aren't as hardcore as I thought they were. But I mean, they had this stuff brewing in the background. It's unbelievable, and it's going to bring so many people. And Game Pass is going to start making them the kind of money that is supposed to give them a return on investment for spending over $7 billion. You know, they spent a fifth of the worth of the PlayStation division.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we made jokes. Yeah. People made jokes like, why don't they just buy PlayStation? You said that a few minutes ago. Like, I mean, they almost could do it. I mean, Microsoft definitely could do it. Another weird thing people say to me is, Xbox didn't buy Bethesda, Microsoft did. I'm like, so what? Like, did that make you feel better?
Yeah, what?
It's just, and that's the whole thing. Like, but then again, it's on the same. We see it on the same side with like Sony side. Yeah. Like they're like, PlayStation and buy Sony bought. I'm like, of course, yeah. That's the whole company. They have to put all their pool of money together, figure out what their expenditures are, and then okay, this is what we allow for them and buy. So I mean, that's just how it works. So it's just funny to see it on both sides. But yes, like. We all know if Xbox does something, it's always looked at as It's just like the Tomb Raider thing. I think that was I still think that's the funniest thing.
Real quick, Echelon the Darkness. Thank you for becoming a spork. Thank you for becoming a member. I mean, it's exciting, awesome. and like Colt said about the, I'd mentioned about PlayStation. I always joke around about it, but it's more one of those things that's like, yeah, they're probably not going to do it because one, they'll probably like the competition. They probably like the fact that it's there, but. To me, I'm still waiting for Amazon to do what they're going to do and Google what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox isn't making these moves just to make the moves. They're trying to make a very firm foundation. So when Amazon and Google make their move, they're already ready. But like, nope, we're good. We built this massive mountain of games. We're good.
And gaming is such a thing now. Like you look at it, it's like it's one of the number one hobbies in fucking everywhere. Like that's what we're doing. That's what people are fucking doing. They're gaming.
Okay, so here's something funny. Someone posted about Amazon's Xbox One going up like 400% in sales. 2 people at my hospital bought Xbox Ones for their kids, not realizing they weren't the Series X. And they were like, "Well, I bought the black one." I'm like,
Wrong brick.
Yeah, wrong brick.
Was it vertical or was it sideways? And she's like, "Well, it'll be here tomorrow." I'm like, "That's the wrong one."
No.
Rip, at least Amazon has an amazing return policy.
Yeah, I was like, "You might want to cancel that order. That's the wrong one. Your kid wants a Series X." And she's like, well, do you have one? I'm like, "Yes, I have one. I will sell it to you for $2,400 because that's what they're going for. Because I'm not getting rid of mine."
No, don't be that person.
I'm not. I bought bombers.
Dude, I canceled my PS5. I pre-ordered one, and I was like, I can't
Look,
justify
I had to send
this
bomber
shit. So.
nudes, money, a whole bunch of stuff, man. It was not pretty. It was very expensive.
Again with the nudes.
And
How
Ford,
many
I
of you
sent
guys
you
got
some
the
dirty
digital?
forks, man.
How many of you guys got the digital PS5?
I had it, and I canceled it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I felt like I got bait and switch there because I wanted the digital. I was only going to buy the digital, save myself $100. I'll never use the disc drive in the PS5.
Never, ever. That's me.
And of
like,
course,
I would never
you
do
can't
it.
get a hold of one. They're gone. There's so few of them they're selling.
Because they only made
Well,
like 10 of
fuck
them.
me. Well, now I feel like an idiot for canceling mine, and I canceled it too. So when I couldn't get all access for fucking Xbox, I was like, well, I can't justify buying 2 consoles at full price for fucking end of year, so I'll just cancel this one and get it next year.
Yeah, but
I got the.
I couldn't bring
PS5.
myself to do that.
You could have bought an Escalade.
Horrible person.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck, I could have bought like new fucking tits. Shit.
So while I was
true.
Twitter
It's-
banned,
Yeah,
today,
actually.
I got the email that my PS5 is not coming because apparently the store I bought it from oversold. I am getting the $100 back I put down on it, but
I'm
Yeah,
actually
I
surprised.
heard that a lot.
I won't be able to
It's
sell
like
the
a sign
bomber
from
now
God,
for his
man.
child.
Yeah, I had it on Amazon. I got that email like, oh, we're not going to send it to you. And I was like, well, what the fuck is the point? I'm not even going to get it day one. Like, whatever. I'll just
I'm not worried
cancel
about it. I was just going to get it to, pay for my kids' college fund and everything.
Well,
so.
shut the fuck up. You're making me feel bad, man.
I mean, to get them through school, through college, all the way through life, and into the
All the way
grave.
through life. Shit.
Could have got them there.
That barely pays for daycare. What are you talking about?
Right?
Well, I left that part out.
Okay, so how? Let's move on to a topic actually. So,
well, if you're wondering,
topics.
my take on the whole Sega thing is, I think there's a partnership coming. I think they're going to get into a closer partnership. Sega's probably going to get a bigger cut or some sort of cut, maybe out of something with Microsoft. But I think we're going to see like day and date games from Sega go into.
well, I mean, isn't
that.
Phantasy Star Online coming to Game Pass?
Yes.
It is, and then you got that new for the first time ever Yakuza, was it Like a Dragon, which comes out in November, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's like the first day it launches right in Game Pass.
Sega's gonna announce some fucking game, and it's gonna be on Game Pass day one, and that's gonna be what people are hyping up.
Well, and there's a picture of a picture of a girl at the Sega at the Sega. Have you see that where she's got her arms in the X?
And the X,
Yeah,
that's exactly how I lay on everything.
But
That's a
unfortunately,
promo for the micro game gear.
I was going to say, she's literally on top of
trying
the
to cover
micro
it all
game
up.
gear. She's like,
they did this a couple years ago too, where all of a sudden Sonic was at the Xbox studios or Microsoft offices. Sonic was pictured all over Redmond.
Mm-hmm.
So they did all that stuff, and all of a sudden they had a couple games. I'm still on the thing of I want them to finish going into Dreamcast 2 and then being part of Microsoft and Xbox. But that's fantasy dream, whatever.
Right. That'd be cool though. I'd love to see
it.
That.
Would be. I mean
it would
you
be.
look at the OG Xbox.
Sega made a lot of games back in the day on the Dreamcast and other systems that were really good. Sonic's coming back to life. My kids played that. I mean, come on. How many of us played Alter Beast on stinking Genesis? Come on.
Dude.
What if you just packaged an Xbox Series X
right? Like
and called it Dreamcast 2 in Japan?
Oh shit!
You could,
just package it under Sega Dreamcast 2 in Japan. It's friggin' an Xbox Series X or whatever, and boom, there you go.
And double it up like as if it was a GameCube stacker, and there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
I think somehow that'd work. No,
but I didn't get as lucky with the PS5s as I did the Xboxes, but I had to buy the physical. The only reason is because I live on the coast, and Ghost knows exactly where I'm coming from with this one. If we get a hurricane, then the PlayStation isn't worth the
Internet
shit to me
shut
unless
off.
unless I've got a way to run a disc.
Gotta have physical copies.
Yep. So that was the only reason I bought the physical PS5.
See, every system I bought has the disk drive just in case. Noof's secret theory that the internet's gonna just be dead one day. and that's why he refuses to, go digital.
Oh shit!
What about Skynet?
I think
Come on,
that's really a
serious.
fucking
I got you, man.
thing.
I understand.
Now
You
you've
guys
got
don't
me.
understand the whole
Nuke's
thing.
like, nah, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen.
Well,
So
I'm going to throw a
down.
banana peel out there. The game's not 100% complete on the disc anyway.
Let's
Right?
hope not.
You're gonna have to download day
Well,
one
my
patch
kids make
for that.
fun of me
Not
because I
even on
still have
Nintendo.
my CD pack of CDs from when I was 14, 15 years old from, Columbia House.
Columbia House. Yeah, I was gonna say, did you buy those from Columbia House?
I
$5?
bought a lot.
And he's still paying for them.
He's still in.
I've got some like
I mean-
Steely Dan shit on my Columbia
Why
House.
are you in
back
debt?
where-
CDs.
That's
and
like the
DVDs.
80s kids version
You know,
of a student
that's the
loan.
funny thing. I was busy shopping for like 2 Live Crew and all that.
You
Anybody
know what's
remember that?
funny? I was listening to Two Live Crew the other day because my daughter was talking about a song. It's supposedly so bad. And I was like, oh, you haven't heard shit. So I started playing Fuck Shop.
Oh shit!
So
I mean, let's be honest. Two Live Crew, I believe, still holds the record for being banned from the most states.
they were banned in Florida.
They were banned in a lot of states because they're having
Really? Even Beastie Boys were banned from Florida, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
And then
What,
Ozzy was banned
Beastie
from
Boys?
Texas.
Yeah, Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
They had- they
Well,
had
I mean, I get it, kind of. If you listen to the
No,
lyrics,
no. What happened was
girls,
they
yeah.
had one of the concerts. They had the DJ riding up on a giant dildo as he went up on the
So
stage,
that would be my life.
and that caused them to ban it. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? They're having fun."
I mean, look what they did. Look what they did to Two Live Crew. They walked out on stage and arrested the guys on
Yep.
stage while they're performing. So
Yep, banned
I
in
mean-
the USA.
I didn't know it was okay to have sex in public until Two Live Crew became popular. And okay,
Not okay. Please stop doing that.
all right, now
you just whip it out and do it, huh? Okay.
Yeah, let's don't talk about music because we're going to date everybody on the
Colts
panel.
would get a little uncomfortable there.
Colt, are you upset?
Upset.
Nope.
Are you getting a beer? I see that
I just
reach.
got some food. I might have to
Yeah.
Eat it somehow.
Hey, eat
I
it,
thought
man.
that was a beer reach.
Hey,
Beer. It would be Mountain Dew for me. Yeah.
We watched Bomber eat ramen last week,
Yes, we did.
and you know how weird that is with that size beard he's got.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was really impressed that I thought they were chopstick he was using until I realized they were his fingers.
Snip, snip.
Wow.
All right, Thor, pick a topic, dude.
PlayStation boss Jim Ryan has said that low-priced, reduced-spec consoles like Xbox Series X have not had great results in the past.
Fuck that guy.
Ryan Lyin.
Oh. So the
Ryan
original
Ryan.
PS4 and the Xbox One have had terrible results, eh?
Well, I mean, technically, they only launched with
Right.
one device. So, I mean, but then technically, none of these devices have ever came out with two out of the box that had different specs. So, I don't know what he's really talking about. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I like it because not everybody is going to want the most expensive console. They're, hey, look, let's get this one. It's a little bit cheaper.
but it holds everything
Still
back,
plays the
man.
next gen.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
I can tell you.
An insult.
I can tell you exactly what Jim Ryan is saying with that statement, because there has never been, like as you said, there's never been a low spec console. But if he does truly mean that, the PlayStation has historically been one of the low spec consoles in the competition and has done extremely successfully against the other consoles. So my best explanation of why Jim said this, we'll just call him by his first name, we'll call him Jim. The reason why Jim Ryan said this is because he doesn't like that the Xbox Series S has some pretty decent performance and it's dirt cheap. And so I think he just made, as Jim Hawk said, he made a passive aggressive comment, hoping it would downplay any hype for or any excitement for someone to pick up a $300 Series S.
I mean,
There's no other way to explain it.
I would just battle that comment by Jim
Cheap
Ryan
shot.
just by saying Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
exactly. Switch.
Yeah.
It's outsold
That's
what
a
the
perfect
PlayStation and Xbox combined.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
most of us got
it's a
cell phones with
reduced
more
price.
power than that.
It's a reduced spec. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, dude, the Switch nails it all, and it blew your system away. So
Maybe he was talking about the Vita. Maybe we all miss.
No. See, we found out the Vita actually Pornhub does sponsor now because
Pornhub's like sponsored. It's a whole deal.
Fox Motors got it right. It's all about the narratives. That's all it is.
So exactly.
I mean, the Vita is still huge.
You have to spin it down any way you can when it comes down to something like that. They're trying to put out fires any way they can just to stay relevant when they're not right now.
Well, the funny thing is that both the S and the X, when it comes to on the CPU side, they're the exact same with a down clock, on the S, like a minuscule thing. Other than that, it's just a 4K machine or a 1440p machine. Yeah. So the downplay on that, and then the way that they're doing, well, our system's the same. It's just, the difference is a disc or not.
So Dread, Clowns, Bomber, some of the other guys. So I was talking to somebody at work and they didn't want to really spend $500. And I was like, well, they get a Series S. And they're like, well, I want it to be in 4K. I'm like, well, tell you what, you have a really nice 4K TV, right? They're like, well, yeah. I'm like, you do know that most 4K TVs now actually upscale to not true 4K, but to close for 4K. What? Yeah. So your 1440 is still going to look damn better than your 1080p because it's upscaling.
Yep.
So if you don't want the 400, buy that one. It's still going to look 4K-ish, and it's still going to run great.
Well, do they have a PlayStation 4 Pro?
No, they are very anti.
Well, either way, you could always use that as a reference because the PlayStation 4 Pro is a 1440p machine anyway, upscaled. So
yeah, I mean,
let me catch this super chat. Wakanda Xbox news today. Thank you for $5 super chat. Forking hell, guys and girls, this is almost serious than Fork speaks. Great show, thank you. And what about the XSX being overspec? Oh, we're going to get into that, dude. Don't worry.
Yes. Oh God, I can't.
We're going to get that one.
Oh my God, I'm still reeling over that. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead, guys.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like what Dredd just said. Okay, so it's 1440. In the day, it's upscaled to close to 4K. It's pretty damn near it. Guess what? Your eyes aren't going to be able to really tell unless you're an audiophile or something else.
And guess what? You still get ray tracing.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to look great. So at the end of the day, buy what you want, play what you want, because it's a game and enjoy gaming.
And guess what's funny? You could just say that you're part of the PC community because that's what they play at is 1440p.
Yeah.
Not hardly any of them play at 4K. So there you go. You're part of the PC crew.
They're more worried about
what?
Being over 60 frames per second.
We're not talking to you, Willie.
and that's a good thing. So.
Everybody sees
mine doesn't play 4K either.
Everybody.
Mine plays an 8.
My eyes see 4K. Everybody sees 4K. Everybody in this world sees 4K.
I mean,
well.
I just don't get it. I don't get the. I mean,
if you really want
sounds like a false statement. I don't know what's going on, but that's a false statement.
That, but we won't get into that.
Sassa Lupa, thank you for the $5 super chat. Jim Loose Lips Ryan is helping Xbox every time he spurts out these lies. I do agree 100%.
Sure, and it's not even Jim Ryan, man. It's just everything.
My account got unlocked today, and I did get a DM from somebody that I guess I followed back, and it said that the human eye can only see 32 frames per second. No. I'm not going to call you out. He sent me the DM. The human eye doesn't see in frames per second. That's why you can see a difference from 60 to 120 and 120 to 240.
Send it to me. I'll call it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Colt is hungry. He's eating. Like I'm curious of what he's eating. I don't know if anybody else is curious, but I'm just.
He's probably eating that nice old steak. I guarantee.
Yeah, he's even licking his lips when he comes back. What the hell?
What did I say?
Down on Egyptian carpet.
Look, I know things. It's steak, baby. It's always steak.
So, how do you feel about blowing
he
into a
downed that
PlayStation
steak
5
if that
controller?
was steak. It was pre-cut.
I mean, it's not the first thing I've blown into.
Yeah, YouTube came and cut the steak for him since he's got celebrity status.
Okay,
you just used a blender.
Please tell me y'all saw the somebody that whoever
he's got help. He called Randall Thor to come over.
Somebody took that picture of Jeff Keighley with the Series X, and like he's pointing at it like they're like, wonder where he knows where to blow, like where he's gonna blow.
Yeah, he can't figure out where to blow into that Xbox, so he's all confused right now.
All I gotta say is Microsoft sending that guy an Xbox. I'm sure there's thousands of fans that would have paid double the money for that damn thing.
Hey, I will say this though, he at least, and I'll still give him this credit, he picked the best song. To me personally, for that little video that he did, like it was a good video to show off what he got the Series X and his lit. Of course, the day prior, he's like, I can't get an Xbox. It's so hard to find one. I'm like, dude, you got one. Don't I know you have one. Like you ain't got to lie that you're trying to buy one. Like, come on.
Just ask your best friend Kojima. He's got one already.
Yeah, he's over there at Ninja Theory, right? No, just kidding.
And thank you, Nano, for the $4.99 super chat.
Yeah.
Every time Jeff blows his controller, more lives come out of Jeff.
I just wish Microsoft would send
He
more.
didn't blow on it.
The good fans. The fans that champion the brand, that love it, but you see some of these. Like, I hope they don't send all of them out to the douchats they did for the Xbox One X. The guys.
They are.
The guys who
It's
fake
gaming,
to
man.
like
That's
it and
what
turn
they do.
around and crapped all over it the moment it was at the door. I hated that shit, man.
I think they kind of learned their lesson. I think.
No, all those influencers are gonna get
right.
them,
But I understand when you have an influencer like that, and if you can get them to convert, it means something. You know what I mean?
Well, hell, they were
Somebody
out
that's
empty
a pro
shelves
Xbox person. Because they're always going to talk about it anyway, so it's free publicity there. And you get somebody that you convert that kind of okay. But hopefully, those that they've done that to would turn around the week later, bash them.
Yeah.
Even though they got it for free, even though it wasn't like you had to say anything good, just give your honest review of it. Here you go. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, it's so great," and then they turn around and then bash them.
Yes,
it's like move on from those creators. They're not really the influencers you want to even.
But they got the numbers.
Yep, they have numbers.
Yeah, and they're riding coattails.
Even if they say something bad about it, they still got thousands,
they're showing
millions of people.
Yeah, they have millions of people that watch their content. That's all they care about. If
Xbox cherry picked who they sent the Series X to for review, like if they thought we're only going to send it to big influencers that we think will talk positively, then
that would be negative.
That would be another huge negative,
right?
So they'll send it to someone like Boogie who has gotten a free Xbox and then has never said anything nice about Xbox before, really, like that sort of thing.
Right.
And that's just how it is.
Yeah. He sounded like an idiot last time we talked about that.
What I'm getting at is those guys, find another influencer that you haven't sent it to, another person that's an up and comer in the influencing departments of creation and getting it out there for their marketing. Get it to them.
I am a very big influencer in certain communities.
Oh shit!
I have influenced the
Austin
shit out
Evans
of
and
people.
Lamar Wilson. Those are my favorites.
Forcing
is
influencing.
Hey, look, Colt does it on YouTube. I do it in alleyways. What's the problem?
Yeah,
I'm still putting smiles on people's faces, just like Colt does.
They also do this in tiers. I hear it's all about get the really big. Yeah, they get it to the bigger personalities first, and then later on they'll get it to influencers, and then we'll see what happens.
Because you saw who all got them first. It's people that are going to talk about it first, which is all the media people.
Yeah,
Digital Foundry.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing is that's a good thing because they're and this is the thing. This is what I took out of it, is that they are confident in their machine that they're sending it to these people regardless. So look, you're going to get it.
We haven't even seen the
they're
PS5
getting ahead of the game. Like, it doesn't even. It's not even a confidence thing.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, look, there's no PS5s shown anybody anywhere
except for that one.
Look, they exist, and PlayStation 5's like, they will exist at some point.
Yeah, but Xbox is sending them to people. They've got them in their homes right now. We haven't even seen a physical PS5 in a video yet.
Oh,
I did. It was
they're out there, and like you have all these people like, oh, we don't need to see it. Like, what is it going to do for me? I'm like,
I want to see it. I paid $500 for
it.
Why wouldn't you want to see it?
Plug something into that bitch, please.
But what if? Remember last week when we had King and Dealer on the show? What if? I mean, King has been knocking it out of the park on some of his predictions.
Mm-hmm.
What if we all get
a pass show?
What if we all get a big fuck you email sometime next month saying the PS5 is actually delayed?
Oh,
that
I
would
don't
be
see
awful.
it happening. They had a month. We had a window. We had a window where they could have done it, and I was all for it. Like,
so,
fuck, I'm gonna delay.
That's when those Xbox Series X's on eBay will skyrocket.
But
has anybody found out if the SoC issues were actually true?
No.
The yield from the fucking wafers, was it really horse shit, or was it true?
I still think it's all rumors. I still think it's all still rumored.
I do know that TSMC, like their demand is through the fucking roof right now. Like, and you got to remember that AMD is releasing their desktop versions of this shit soon. So, like, were the shortages horse shit? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I really don't think so. I mean,
at the end of the day, Xbox has shipped them out, like Colt said, to all these different people. No one's seen a PlayStation yet in real life. No one's seen the actual PlayStation being held by somebody playing on it. We saw back in December Phil Spencer show his stinking Microsoft thing with a little Xbox Series X symbol. They've been in the wild.
I'm curious if Jeff had one when he was doing that test with the controller. I mean, I would assume he did, or he had just the dev kit there. Heck, I don't know.
He might have the dev kit.
So, because I know supposedly they took it away from him. So, I don't understand.
Well, he blew it too hard.
That's what they say. He's like, oh, they took it away from me. I'm like, well, they ain't gonna take that shit away from me. Come on,
Jeff, you blew so hard the joysticks went hard.
But I just think it is just strange to see that it hasn't been a physical PS5 in the wild and this close to release.
Xbox keeps coming out with stuff and PlayStation keeps not answering.
To me, it's not super strange because the same shit happened in a way in the last generation. Like, Xbox wasn't prepared. As an Xbox fan, I love them. It is what it is. But when we look back on those last fucking generations, like, Xbox wasn't prepared last time, and this time they are fucking coming in and they're fucking guns blazing. What the fuck?
Noof nailed it. Shipments of PS5s are slim because they can only fit 20 on a plane.
But the thing is,
oh my gosh, Noof.
What was that called?
I said, oh my gosh, Noof just nailed it. That on the
they
plane
thing.
That's on the Hercules too.
I got to get one of these. In your chat here, crud, I want to find his name.
You pull him up.
Pungsel asked, have we heard anything about backward compatibility on the PS5? I own like a dozen PS4 games, like the big exclusives. And am I going to get those on my PS5? Am I going to get them? Are they going to be enhanced? Are they going to look better? Are they going to run better? Or are they just going to be the PS4 version upscaled?
Don't worry. All your games will still play fine on the PlayStation 4, just like the new games will.
Oh my God.
I'm not a big game replayer. That's not something that I generally do. Like, I can't go in and read a book over more than once. Like,
let's be honest. Colt, you probably know more than a lot of us about a lot of this stuff. I don't follow a lot, but the last I heard was 100 of their games or hundreds of their games will be backwards compatible, but I haven't heard a list.
I haven't either.
PS4
and it's going to be stupid shit. Like, nothing I want to see.
Well, it's because they have the PS Plus collection thing. That's why. That's why they never said the list.
Yeah, but they haven't said if those games are enhanced.
They're not.
I already bought a PS
Look
Plus.
At Spider-Man. Look at Spider-Man. That is the prime example.
Oh, don't worry. Spider-Man, you get a replay from the beginning on the PlayStation 5.
But you also get to buy it again.
But your PS4 version is not upgraded.
Wait,
at all, period.
That right?
And you can't tell me the big PlayStation titles, like over from Xbox One from launch till now. What are the big PlayStation exclusives?
Spider-Man,
in your mind,
all the Uncharted,
everything in the
God of War
Uncharted.
9600.
That's like the past year or 3 years. So you've got
Death Stranding.
I think my time frame is fucked up.
Oh God, Sony's walking simulator.
Sony's biggest years have been in the last 3 years. Their last 3 years have been their strongest.
3 years, and I'm just like, those are your fucking strong. That's where you're going, and I just I don't want to play those games that I played a fucking year ago.
But the funny thing is that their biggest games that they did this last 3 years, it's funny to see their biggest games coming out like the very first year of their next generation.
No,
which is
definitely
insane. Like, you don't see that. PlayStation's really never done that other than I think Uncharted, but I think even that got pushed back.
So
I
have another topic that is way more important.
Well,
oh my God. Before
you do that, let me finish this part. They did announce that as of July 12th, 2020, they are requesting that all games are backwards compatible onto the PS5.
But that was like Xbox did it forever ago.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean,
that's
it'll
timeline.
work, but you're not getting updated though.
No, but that's a timeline. At least you have something. Anything after July should work. Should.
I mean,
but are you gonna have to pay for it again?
Is that what they said?
Yeah,
I read it.
Spider-Man
90%
But now, what about the? Oh God, what did they call that with the games? Their collection.
Yeah, the
PS
PS collection.
PlayStation.
Oh my god!
Collection.
So how many people when we were watching that thing? I was in the chat, kind of like because I try to avoid that shit, but I was in it.
Too much liquor. Got it.
And yes, people were
And
like,
Noof is going on the poll.
I was like, "Where's
where are you
Horizon
going?
Zero Dawn? Where
He's
is it?"
ready to show us.
sitting on it.
Oh
He's
my
not
gosh.
Now he's
actually.
bouncing on the pole. Oh, it fits right. Oh yeah, right there. Oh god.
He's twerking it.
You are out of
So
control.
hold on. One
Fucking
topic
yeah.
that I think we do need to discuss because we've talked about this a lot and a lot of people mentioned it. Skyrim is now on pregnancy tests.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say last week. The week
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, I was like,
That
that was last
actually
week's
made
topic, but
Fireside.
I think it needs
Yeah.
brought up again because I find that
It's
hilarious.
gonna happen, Ronan.
I
might
mean,
not
when
be right off the bat,
with the
but-
pregnancy tests,
Yeah, go ahead and pre-order that expansion that costs you $250. Sure.
yeah. So, I mean, do we see that price coming down? Because I saw that and I'm like, I'll just use
I'm
my
sure-
external
I'm
I have
sure it-
now, and I'll just transfer the games I want to
Which,
play.
granted, I know that's
I'm
not
gonna be
official
playing one
because
game
that's
at a time. Let's be real. I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna fall out of it before I finish it, and then I'm gonna play
the
another
expansion is aimed at people like Bomber who have such long fingers he can play 3 games at once.
Shit.
one. We haven't compared fingers yet.
Oh, Bomber, go ahead, hold them up. Look at the fucking things.
I don't know. Yo, I've got man hands.
No, you may have man hands. He's got Bigfoot hands.
Bigfoot hands.
That-
They're not
that-
regular size.
We're the same height, yo.
So hold on, real quick on this expandable SSD shit. We got to remember this is PCIe Gen 4, PCIe Gen 4. Okay,
I do it with Noof.
these NVMe, these M.2s that you'll put in your computer are going to cost you $150, $200, $250. And this is a custom built expansion card. And the fact that it's actually only going to cost $200 is actually kind of surprising for me. To me, it's surprising.
Hey, you can't be doing
he's
that.
getting real now. Shit. Ain't nobody worried about no SSD.
I'm just saying, like,
Well,
the
this
price
is getting
isn't that
kicked
outrageous.
off
Because
YouTube.
if I go out and buy the new fucking Samsung or ADATA fucking PCIe Gen 4 that reads at 8,000, per second, it's going to cost me $200 or more.
Yeah.
That's how it is. And this
Holy
is a
cow.
custom made one that slides into a slot.
Yeah,
Mind
1
you,
terabyte on
all
Amazon is
slots, all
1
slots.
terabyte for Gen 4 M.2 SSD, $199 on Amazon for 1 terabyte.
Yep.
And you're getting one that is made to be put in and out of the back of the Xbox. And we know proprietary storage is expensive. So
especially when
we're looking
new,
at
right?
the PS5. The PS5 is going to need a similar M.2 SSD that meets the specifications. It's not even on the market yet.
Right.
So here's the thing, like,
when it comes on the market, is it going to be cheaper than $200? Like,
Probably
I
not.
people
doubt
don't
it.
understand.
And then
that-
people are talking about like, where is it going to go? Like, we don't even fucking know where it's going to go yet.
I think on the
Are we
PS5,
picking up the white wings? Like, we're going to spread them open
I think
and
part of the
pop
shell,
that shit in?
the shell. I think there's
That
a
sounds
section of the
dirty.
shell that pops off. the
Okay, look, I
PS5.
actually have information on this. What you're gonna do
Yeah,
is you're
on
gonna
the same
spread
page.
the wings wide, and then you're gonna stick it in.
Yes,
Oh my
that's
God.
where I'm thinking. We're going to open it.
That's
It,
where
like,
she
I
was going
think
with
those-
that.
Like, I'm literally thinking that, like,
Make
and
sure
I'm-
that you thrust it in firmly.
Okay,
Make sure
I'm
it's
not
in
even
there.
going in that direction, but I'm going to go there now. But you take the white. I mean, that's the only thing
Like
that
an
can happen
exotic
because they've
plant or
shown it.
something.
They gave like this 360
Blossoms.
kind of like
Dreads.
view, and they gave us nothing.
Trying to
There's
get
no
up.
slot. It's not happening. You open it.
Greg, you okay up there? You're just like shaking your head like the cat.
He closed his eyes and everything. You're like, God damn.
I'm not sure what
I
you guys
love
think
you.
about this, and I don't know if I can say who sent this to me yet. but it looks very legit. What if I told you the numbers that I heard was 129 for 1 terabyte expansion and 179 for 2 terabyte expansion?
I mean, that would be a remarkable.
I would legit
Great news to
pay
hear,
my
to be
game.
honest with you.
I mean that's
Dude,
great news.
2
But
terabytes for the same price.
She's
as we're
happier than
seeing
I am,
for
but
what's
yeah.
rumored
Okay,
for
I just
terabyte.
want to know: do I have to make up the rest of the price doing other things?
yeah, right.
You
Probably
have
behind
to.
the dumpster for
You
it.
have to massage Bomber's fingers.
I think it's too good to be true. Like I'm okay paying $200 for it. Like I'm okay.
I'm
like
not.
that.
I'm really not. I'm not for a freaking
Look,
storage.
like,
and that's all it is.
like
and that's why
It's
we always
new
talk
tech,
about it.
though. It
I don't
will
care
go
about
down.
It's because it's
The price
new.
will
I
go
agree with
down.
Husk.
It's new tech.
Yeah.
It'll come down in price.
Give it time.
It always does.
You just
It-
use
it'll
your
come
external,
out,
like
other
Fork
people
said.
will make it.
Transfer your shit
Yeah.
back. It's gonna.
I
suck
mean,
for a
it
while,
still
but-
has a USB drive on it, so you can go in and
Fucking
plug your
new
old shit
thing.
in, just transfer it across. It'll be
Fucking
okay.
Stormtrooper. Nobody's even paying attention. Swear to God.
I
You're
ain't
getting a
paying attention to
$1,500
that.
fuck.
Okay,
So-
now
Fucking
everybody,
love
chill. Thank
Wilmy,
you.
is it ask Wilmy? I want to know, why does it burn when I pee?
That's a whole other topic. I'm just trying to get everybody to calm the fuck
Stop
down for a
drinking.
second. Jesus.
Play wear a
Christ.
condom, son. That's what's wrong there.
Yeah, you should be talking, Mr. 900 Kids.
Hey, I can't help
All right.
these things. Like, that's why I got a vasectomy. I can't have them.
Wilmy
Fuck
has
me.
the helm here. Let's listen.
Okay. There was an article came out yesterday. We were talking about this before we went live. We have got to talk about this thing. I'm sure everybody has a really good opinion on this. Games industry. When you have an Xbox One X, the Xbox Series X does not feel like an upgrade, and the Series X feels like too much of an upgrade. I feel like I'm in this weird wasteland created by Microsoft's bad decisions for the last 7 years.
Such a fucking.
I just want to know, when the 3090 was announced for video for PC players, was that too much of an upgrade?
Especially for those people who bought that fucking
I mean,
upgrade like 2 months ago.
And I know a lot of people, and Cole, I'm sure I see, we followed each other on Twitter for a while. I see people calling you a bot. I see people calling you a pony, which you're just like, you're a gamer, dude. That's it. You just play everything. Some people can't absorb that in their heads.
Yeah.
And Arlen just said it here in the chat. I am a firm believer. I have been gaming for a very, very long time. There is a lot of media bias against Xbox in general. And to
Blows my
me,
mind.
this article confirms that, but it's also, you have to take into consideration, a lot of it is strictly clickbait.
This article by Gaming Biz, he doesn't realize that if you own a PS4 and you get a PS5, it is as much of an upgrade as an Xbox Series X. Jumping from an Xbox One to a Series X, or he said Xbox One X to Series X is a 4 times jump. If you have a PS4 Pro and you get a PS5, that is probably about 3 times, depending on looking at the performance. It's almost as much of a jumping to the PS5. So I don't believe in a media bias. I believe in a double standard, because I'm not one of those guys that goes around whining about media bias, because there's just a double standard where it's okay to say this about PlayStation, but it's not okay if Xbox does it, is kind of the problem that we deal with. And it's partly because of Xbox's so many mistakes over the past 5 or 6 years, which they've tried to fix them.
100. We have like this just generation now of where Xbox is now picking up and they're trying to gather what they're doing. And I mean, we look back at the beginning of this. When you look back 7 years ago, gaming online journalists, they were a thing, but they weren't like a thing. Like we were all on Twitter, we were all doing our thing, but it wasn't like this huge outsource. And I mean, I hate to say it, but PlayStation kind of ruled this last generation, and now Xbox is coming in and saying, like, nah, we've got this. We're cool. They're gathered
throwing
their
down
shit.
the fucking gauntlet.
Yeah, they gathered their shit, and it's happening.
Yeah, Thor's hammer, bro.
Yeah. It is what it is. But.
And a lot of it if you control the narrative, which the media has really helped Sony do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they really truly have.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mariano, thank you for the $5 super chat, because he kind of comes along with what I was saying. Media running out of things to say against Xbox. What's next? I'm saving too much money with Game Pass. That's not good. Mariano, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see it, dude.
That's probably coming. That's coming.
The fucking comment of the month right there.
Yes.
I am waiting to see somebody say that. And you know, sometime before the year 2021 hits, you're going to see it somewhere online.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen people concern trolling about Bethesda. Like, how are they going to make any money if they're only on Xbox?
I've already seen
pry
that.
your eyes open a little bit and take a look around. This video I'm putting out tomorrow, I actually put a couple of infographics up that I created and some that I kind of modified because people don't listen. And sometimes you have to tell them, you have to show them, and then you have to repeat it one more time because people don't get it. And I got to talk to Jez Corden last night after we were off the air, and he just really kind of helped me understand how big the gaming industry is. He said that we have to remember, I didn't say this in my video because it sounds more like commentary or editorial, but he said you have to remember how small console gaming is compared to everything else. He said pretend for a minute that consoles aren't the be all end all and they're the whole entire world, which they are to us when we're on Twitter and all of our friends we play with. It seems like console is the whole entire world. If you're on Xbox or you're on PlayStation or both, or if you have a Switch, like that's everything. And there's so much more out there. That
millions, right?
Yeah, it's billions.
Like billions.
The gaming is exploding.
What was it?
There's a reason they got into the mobile space with that.
We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Consoles are only like 15, 18%?
No, it's about 28%.
Oh, it's higher.
Okay. It's higher now.
It's small though, still comparatively.
Yeah. And AJ, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Look, XSX is cool and all, but if y'all realize how much of an upgrade it is, so cancel y'all pre-orders and stick with the Xbox One S.
Absolutely. I need y'all to go ahead and cancel so I can get mine. Okay, that's what I need.
Xbox has too many games.
Oh, that's great. That's fucking great.
I guarantee that's what it's going to be. The Game Pass. Too many games.
I don't know if y'all saw it earlier today. There was somebody. I jumped into Rand. Somebody jumped into Rand's tweet and says, well, it still sucks because Microsoft can't build studios. They have to buy everything. That's bullshit.
Yep.
And I jumped in. I'm like, okay, that makes no sense. I'm like, so we want organic or free roam games now.
I mean, look at all the studios. Not all of PlayStation Studios were built. They bought a lot of them. They
bought quite a few of them.
Didn't they buy Insomniac?
Yes, they just bought Insomniac. And imagine if Xbox should have bought them. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they wanted to do something bigger. But just Insomniac alone is a huge moneymaker for PlayStation with Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man. So, but if Xbox would have bought that and then the Spider-Man Miles Morales was an exclusive, holy crap, people would have thrown a fit. It would have been horrible to deal with. I can't believe that they took that away from us. But
I mean, my opinion on the whole Xbox Series X is too much of an upgrade. I mean, look, I have a Lamborghini. It's too much of an upgrade. I got to take it back. It's too powerful.
Go get that Ford Pinto.
Yeah.
And
gotta go get that Tesla.
It's too much of a sex magnet. I got to take it back.
That's not what he's saying.
Get a Gremlin. Yeah.
When he's saying it's too much of an upgrade, he's trying to make a strong dig that this console is so powerful with nothing to show for it. And the guy that wrote that article has not been paying attention the last 9 months. I mean, even for the last 2 years, Xbox has been getting out of the gutter of no games by building game studios. But especially the past 9 months when they stepped out in front of the Game Awards and said, here's our console, here's Hellblade, which looks like nothing we've ever seen before, especially on an Xbox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's whining and saying, I can't believe they built something, 25% faster and better than the PS5, and they don't have anything to show for it.
I mean, so I would look at the fact of, okay, when you go to build a car, you want to build the engine to make sure it's going to do the 200 miles an hour first.
Yeah.
Who cares about what the car can do? If you don't have the engine to run it, then it doesn't matter. So they have a console. Guess what? They're also build consoles to last X amount of years. So
it's like walking up to a box.
at the end of the day,
I can't believe I got my ass kicked.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like they could come out and say we bought Sony, and people will say Sony has no games. It's what I always go back to, because at the end of the day, no matter what Xbox does, they did it wrong.
And Fox kind of nails it. Colt and Wilmy, what generates clicks this year have been negative Xbox comments. We are now at a crossroads where there is hardly anything negative to say about Xbox or Game Pass. Dude, you're right.
Well, I mean, didn't you hear all those negative comments helped fuel Microsoft to better decisions?
That's right. We should be thanking them, right? We're supposed to be thanking them, right?
Like, I saw that tweet and I was like, I thought you were stupid before. That confirms you live in a world I don't live in.
Colt, wasn't it you that said it last night where you noticed before the articles, like always PlayStation and then Xbox? Now it seems to be Xbox and then PlayStation? Or was it Jez?
Where we're at.
Somebody was talking about it.
Yeah, I think that was Jez.
Okay. But it seems like, it's funny how it's starting to turn around a little bit. For the most part, I think most of us just want honest reviews of games, whether or not whatever sides or even reviews of the consoles.
I mean, I'll be honest. I go with reviews of people that I know, friends. I haven't actually watched a review site in years because there's too many that are biased. Metacritic gets review bombed. At the end of the day, I trust people that I trust. I watch dealers' videos on stuff. I watch Colt's videos. I send him comments, but he never replies. I mean, I send him a nipple pic. He doesn't say anything bad.
Nano, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I had a vibrator, but the dog was too much of an upgrade.
Nano. Matt Burns says ACG is a great game reviewer. Yeah, I've always respected him, and he actually got into. He doesn't get into scuffles on social media, but my friend Underachiever asked Ryan McCaffrey why he totally flipped on his stance about timed exclusive with it was okay for Tomb Raider, but now it's or it wasn't okay back then. He flip-flopped on it, and ACG jumped in and said, I know it's been 6 years, but how do you completely change on a business decision like that? Sometimes you get people who are willing to step up and try and make things a little more balanced, but I don't know.
Well, the other thing is we also got to remember from 6 years ago, we're not the same people. We change our mind, we change our attitudes, our thought.
I mean, I changed my underwear yesterday.
Ryan McCaffrey a pass, but at the same time, we got to remember what we may have thought back then. We're more educated. Hopefully, we're more educated now to have a better understanding and conclusion for an opinion.
Experience, wisdom is from experience.
Well,
you learn things as you grow, and so at the end of the day, you may like something today, you may not like something tomorrow. Some people like putting mayonnaise on toast, and they wake up one day and realize that's totally fucking disgusting, and they don't do it again.
Well, Ryan McCaffrey is a big. He's a big Xbox fan. Like, Ryan really truly loves Xbox, and the things that he says. Almost all the time when he's saying things, either he's trying to even things out or he's trying to ask for more. And it can be hard to hear it because when Ryan says something about Xbox, it sounds negative or critical or constructive critical. We're so used to hearing other people that are supposed to be more objective just take digs at Xbox. Like, there was I saw some account that has over 105,000 followers on Twitter say, I had a dream last night that I pre-ordered the Series X. I woke up in a cold sweat and found out nothing was out of my bank account. I dodged a bullet. It's like, where? And I looked at his Twitter, and like, he doesn't talk about gaming. He just thought, this morning I'm going to take a dig at Xbox. because it's reader service, and I'll get tons of likes because it's cool.
Well, did you guys notice some of the review sites when you went to order your console? People actually take the time out of their day
to go ahead
to
and
review bomb.
Really?
Yeah. To review bomb a console
the
that
PS5
hasn't
has
even
it.
came out yet.
Yeah, if you go to Amazon, you go to PS5, you'll already see that I just bought it, got it today, and it's already broken. I'm like, what? Like, come on!
Oh my
gosh!
Well, I mean,
it's
guys. The thing is, in gaming, it's no different than you hear it all the time in sports, right? We're basically in a culture, right? And we ride the highs and we ride the lows of this industry through our fans. And I don't think it gets any better, especially once you become part of YouTube and Twitter, because you're constantly in this cloud, in this perpetual bubble. And it's just like no different. If your dad called you stupid every damn day of your life, eventually you're going to believe you're stupid, right? I mean, that's how it is. And it's no different with the media. They ride these highs and they lows sometimes. And you see the Xbox guys now after the news in the last day or two, like I don't know if there's ever been a more positive atmosphere. Like everybody's through the roof. Everybody's super excited. Everybody's convinced, they're heading in the right direction. But then there's the other crowd that just feeds on the negativity. And like I said, and sometimes they feed on it for all the wrong reasons. They're feeding on it to get popular. They're feeding on it for the clicks, et cetera, et cetera. And I think with some of these reviewers too, like I said, it's hard to take criticism. And I'll even make a perfect point, right? I'm not the biggest influencer in this community by any means, but I don't know, a few weeks back, what was it, July, remember when Microsoft did the show and I came out and I was a little bit critical? I lost more followers and took so much freaking heat, and nobody listened to me. Because what they heard the bit of negativity that I kind of put out there, that I was really disappointed, very upset with the Halo. But then they said, well, what's my rating on the show? I said, I gave it an 8. Now, 8 is not bad. 8 is actually pretty damn good.
No,
but they only heard
solid.
what they wanted to hear. They ran with it. And then, Noofa's a freaking Xbox hater. He's a piece of shit. And, I had one guy apologize to me. He was following me for years. And he said, Noof, I apologize because I got out of whack. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it, man. It happens. But that's what I'm saying, is how fickle and how fragile the demeanor is of everybody in this circle, whether it's the media or the gamers. And sometimes you just got to step back and put things in perspective. Microsoft, for the most part, like I said, they've nailed, if you put 10 check marks on a board, well, they pretty much got 9. And all they need right now is they got to deliver the big games, the games that we've cried for, the games we need. They got to deliver those, and I think they're coming. And the biggest challenge for Xbox now moving forward is to make sure that they calculate the release dates and the times for the studio games, because that's the thing with Game Pass. They got to keep the content coming, but it's no good to have 6 of their studios dropping games within several months of each other, and then all of a sudden we said this dry spell for like 3 years. You know what I mean? I think
and we have to see them too, right?
You have to see them. Exactly. And they want to make sure that the releases are staggered, so there's always fresh and big content coming down the pipe.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've called you a loser for a while, Noof, but that's just me.
I mean, people, and that's the thing about anybody that's on Twitter at all. I mean, you just
there's a lot of really passionate people out there, dude. Like,
Those passionate one word for it.
Yeah.
It's one word.
Did you know when you look up passionate people on Twitter in the dictionary, it shows Wilmy's block list? Serious. Go look it up.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
42.3 thousand already.
I'm almost at 41,000 already.
I mean, every time something happens when we get a whole bunch of people going nuts, Wilmy goes up another 10,000.
Yeah, it goes up quite quick.
God dang. That's a lot of blocks.
It's not hard. Wilmy showed me how to shut it off.
Hard to hear
I can't
about
do
that,
DMs
Ford.
unless I follow people, but there are some interesting people out there.
I kind of had this, I just typoed. Sorry, Monkey Punch. I was trying to say hi. I try to kind of keep a rule. Like if somebody makes a personal attack at me or insults me, I'll block them. Otherwise, I'll just mute them. But the other day I saw somebody say Colt will block 90% of the people who don't agree with them. It's like, I don't care if you disagree with me, and you're probably wrong.
You want to know something funny?
See what you did there.
I mean, and I know somebody told me that there was my smug attitude, but I read a whole bunch of stuff about gaming. Too much. I read and research and stuff because I'm really interested in it. So I read a lot, and then I hear somebody make some statement where I could tell they haven't looked into it, and then they say some idiotic remark or some hit at somebody, and I'll just mute them. But if they take an insult, I'll block them. But it's like people say, "Oh, if you don't like Xbox or you don't agree with my blocks," like why should I have to justify these people that I keep out of this is my free time when I'm on Twitter. I don't need to deal with people who are out there just to grief others. And I probably have 4,000 people blocked. Wilmy has like 40,000.
No, it's not
almost 41.
Right. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I've learned if you see an account that has like 3 followers or some shit, or they're following like 3 people and they just started the account, block immediately.
Right.
Send me free news.
It's pretty fair.
Yeah, block them immediately because they just created an account.
Well, here's the way I look at it. Kind of like Colt just said. I want to talk about gaming with people that enjoy the hobby like I do. If you want to sit and just talk trash all day, I don't want to deal with you, and I don't have to because I don't know you in person. I have actually walked away from actual family members and told them to fuck off. So I mean, it's not that hard. I've got a brother that I told to go suck a dick, years ago because I don't even want to talk to his ass. It's not that hard, and we're fucking related. So I mean,
that guy.
Yeah, he's a douche.
At the end of the day, make your timeline your timeline. If you don't want to listen to somebody, mute them. If you don't want to see them, block them.
I mute so many people. I don't block, but I mute all the time.
I've done a lot of muting. I have a small handful of blocks. Very small. That's only because
I am blocked.
Stupid shit.
I personally am unblocked. Like bitches block me, but I don't. I mute other people. I don't really block.
Nah, I just block them. I don't want to.
There's only one person I blocked, and I think all you guys in this panel can guess who that is.
I don't even need 3 guesses. At
the guy that gave you the dirty blow.
The manager GameStop.
Just stepped in line and bought the Xbox.
Ghost nailed that on the head, like absolutely. Damn that.
That's my first guess. That's what
I punched that dude straight in the face.
Throw it out there.
For sure.
All right,
that's got to be the first one, right?
It comes in a canister, sometimes shakers.
You all wrong.
Sodium.
I see people putting.
Yeah, Ryan's. Yeah.
All right.
Another interesting thing that happens to me is I'll be in a thread and read something and I can't see somebody's comment and I'll go look and it'll be like a PlayStation guy that's blocked me. And you'll never see me call someone a name or harass someone or anything like that because I just don't do that. And so I've learned that if somebody can't stand Xbox or my opinion so much that they block me, then I get to go in and make sure that I block them.
You got it. You had said that you do a lot of reading. I have a favor.
Yeah.
Can you make YouTube videos reading to me?
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh my gosh, can we take turns? Because I'm a reader as well, but I only read like
no, I
fantasy
only want
and
Colt.
weird
Damn it,
shit.
go away, lady.
Oh my fucking god!
Wow. The fuck, you can just jump on the train here? No, Colt has a very
Lord of the Rings
masculine voice.
AJ,
his voice is
This is
amazing.
the voice, the following.
So velvet. Yep.
AJ,
The following.
Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Real talk. I miss the days where people just got excited about games. Doesn't matter what platform you play on. Just be happy and enjoy the hobby, dude. That's where I'm at.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
For sure.
Life's too short, baby.
I mean,
that's
we
all
throw
it is.
jabs at our friends and stuff like that. It's all friendly jabs. It's nothing to fight over.
And it's not serious, guys. It's not.
It's all
it's not life or death. Not by long
We're
shot.
just entering the era of Xbox. Like we went through like the era of PlayStation.
I mean, this is
now
literally the biggest era of
we're
Xbox
entering.
ever.
Yeah,
and,
it's happening.
and it's scaring a lot of people, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Something people
Because
have
it's
to
been 7 years.
remember and realize that this era of Xbox we're talking about extends far beyond the Xbox. They're making it about games and accessibility, not a console. I've had enough. I'm just telling you the truth.
Eyes are
Yeah,
crossing.
the next thing you're gonna be saying is "I love you," like Bomber did like a month ago.
Yeah, I love you.
That's why I don't drink anymore.
Seriously, the Xbox is after.
You guys don't drink on stream.
Games. They are. They're not going to fucking go put their shit on PlayStation, but they want you to play their shit everywhere. Everywhere. They don't give a fuck. The only thing they do give a fuck about is PlayStation. for whatever reason. I mean,
end of the day,
their
PlayStation-
competition.
Because it's been 7 years of PlayStation.
but
You can only play PlayStation on PlayStation.
yeah, but Xbox
like
is
Cole
putting
said
that
earlier, the only thing
everywhere.
you can't play Xbox on it is a PlayStation and Nintendo right
Yeah.
now.
Oh no,
and PlayStation is renting servers from
I got my
Microsoft,
PlayStation 3 hooked up to my Xbox and I streamed through it.
or whatever the fuck that nonsense is. I don't even fucking remember
He
anymore.
believes in generations.
Although Sirius took out my HDMI input, so I'm screwed.
AJ, thank you for the other $4.99 super chat. I work as an embalmer and say life is too short, especially to be arguing about plastic boxes, y'all. Damn right it is.
Damn.
Yeah, AJ.
Yeah.
I work at the hospital.
for
I can
sure.
agree with you. Life's too short. Enjoy where you play. Hey,
That's
guess
what
what?
I'm saying.
At the end of
It's
the day,
about games.
all of us on this panel,
what
I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure, are old enough to remember when you had one console to pick from, and it was called fucking Atari.
Yeah.
And,
I
and
had
only
to-
like
nope.
two games.
I had
there.
no television.
Hanging out.
Okay, Atari already
Oh,
called
shit.
it, but at the end of the day, you had like 2 games to pick from, and one of them probably didn't work.
I also had ColecoVision and Atari.
Okay,
Yeah, and before you could blow a controller, you had to blow the cartridge to get that bitch to work.
Yeah,
my
I was
God.
gonna say,
What were you
it was,
like-
it was
you know,
all
like
about
wiggle
the
it in,
cartridge.
Talking about Harvest
Yeah.
Moon.
Your Atari and that greasy joystick.
Oh,
People
could you
trying to
imagine
tell
that?
me blowing in a cartridge doesn't work. My ass, it
Could you
don't.
imagine? You load the
Never
game
failed.
on the PS5, it doesn't work. You blow in the controller, and boom, it starts working.
But guess what? We are out of time. We have got to get
No.
everybody out of here. And we will start with the celebrity on the panel.
Thank you.
I don't think anybody needs, an introduction.
Is that me?
Tell
Not me.
everybody where they can find you, Cole.
You can find me at Colt Eastwood on Twitter and Xbox Live. Don't send me a message there. I'm so far behind, but you can DM me on Twitter. I will answer that. Check out my video tomorrow. It'll go up at 8 a.m. Pacific time. I'm on the West Coast. And thanks for having me on. It's really fun, guys.
Oh, I'm
Well,
glad-
appreciate
Thank you for
man.
being on.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Sweet.
And not afraid to show your face. That's also.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we can't get
get
Dealer to use a webcam. So
Yeah, he
So-
never will. But
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, that won't happen.
next week on your podcast, just let Dealer know he needs to,
that's not going to
Yeah,
happen anytime
not
soon.
even Colt will convince dealer to get on webcam.
All right, and then Noof, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
You guys can always come out there and find me over the Noof Nukem channel. Make sure that you look and subscribe. And make sure, most importantly, you guys get out there and you follow this Gaming Beyond the Box. It's awesome. Most often, I'd rather be in the box, but you guys get the drift. Have a great show. Noof Nukem, you asshole. Get out of here. Put your ugly mug off the camera. It's all good. All right, guys.
That
So
is
you
so
can find
weird.
me always in the gutter. And yes, Gaming After Dark on Tuesday nights.
Absolutely.
All
It's
right.
so weird to hear Arnie's voice and watching your face.
I bet it's so true.
Yeah. All right, clowns, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on 4 Guys with Quarters for GQ TV News, Primetime Gaming with Boomstick, and every Wednesday night on Gaming Beyond the Box. This is like one of the best shows right here.
What about Kermit?
What's that?
What about Kermit the Frog? I thought he was going to make an appearance.
I am Kermit the Frog, and I just want to play with Noof a little bit.
Does anybody else think back on that, like marijuana, like
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog, like skit? Was it just
Big
me?
Bird, did you just call me Cramit?
Kramit?
All right.
Just call me Kramit.
Cramit the
Bomber.
frog here.
Palmer, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Of course, you can find me on the old Twitter at HRBomber1414. Of course, on Xbox, PlayStation, HRBomber as well. Of course, you can find me here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And appreciate everybody. Colt, Doof, of course, appreciate y'all coming out. And yeah, appreciate everybody that was freaking in the chat tonight. It's freaking amazing. But hey, hopefully everybody gets their pre-orders. Hopefully everybody gets some things worked out with the next weeks. Hopefully they come bring some stuff out. But yeah, see y'all next week.
All right, and now for tell us about the Flat Earth Society there, Ghost, and where everybody can find you, sir.
All right, so thanks for everybody coming out, our guests coming out, and everything. If you want to talk about the Flat Earth Society, we'll send you the Dakota ring and the informational pamphlet, and everything is $25 for service fee. Find me on Twitter, The Evil Ghost. We'll talk about it then. Pretty much Xbox everywhere else, the evil ghost, and thanks again to the guests. Everybody have a good night.
All right, and Husk. Tell everybody where they can find you besides in your bathroom throwing up after the show.
Outside of that, you can find me on Twitter at ACS_Husk. You can find me here every Wednesday. Also, every Saturday or Sunday, depending on when I decide to release Fireside Weekly News Roundup. Tune into that. Cheers.
All right, and Lady, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Lady_AF. That's LAIDY_AF, not regular lady. It's not like lady, like get laid, but it's like laid back. Come on, guys, get your mind out of the gutter. But yeah, other than that, you can go look back on my.
That's totally.
I feel like everybody was like, fuck.
Everything's in the gutter now.
You can look back at some of my past podcasts. I've got some Division stuff. I've got Boozy News. I've got a lot of stuff out there, but just not live. But yeah, look for me.
All right, and Dreadpool, tell everybody where they can find you, sir. Dread.
I think he's frozen in time.
It's frozen, I think.
And he's probably muted himself.
Picture, Dread.
It is. It's actually solid because I didn't know he was gone.
Can you zoom in?
The best part, it makes a really great still, doesn't it? Because
it does.
So concentrated.
I swear to God, he was still here.
I see a meme coming out of that one shortly.
He's having a staring contest with us.
I fucking love you, clowns.
And he's winning.
He gone.
Yeah, he is gone. All right, Fort, tell them about where they can find you, sir.
Hey, everybody, before I do my outro, I got to do one thing real quick. 69.
34.
Motherfucker,
1.
I'm not getting these fucking numbers wrong. Fucking stop it. 69, 82, 63. That's 63, 69, 82, 63. 69, 82, 63. You can find me at forkboy_gaming. I have 32 followers now. Hopefully the rest come back. I don't know. Twitter apparently suspended me along with 20,000 other people.
I've decided I won't follow you back.
That's fine. I actually blocked your ass. So
what happened?
Fuck yeah.
Apparently Twitter did something and it just suspended a whole bunch of people.
Oh, great.
Like I didn't get an email, nothing. I went to check and I'm like, what the hell? And then it says you've been suspended. And I'm like, okay, what'd I share? So then I went to my email, nothing. And then I went to actually Twitter support and that's where I found it. And I'm like, good job. You had one job. So yeah, I have like 32 followers now. This is awesome.
If it makes you feel any better, I lost like 30 followers today. So something just fucking up with Twitter.
I mean, it is what it is. But Forkboy_gaming, this Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing Playcasters again. If you want in, we are doing Call of Duty. If you want in,
fuck yes, a real game.
Or Wilmy hood
Finally.
Up. If you can't get a hold of Wilmy,
Right?
just
Like,
know that's his way of saying fuck you if you're blocked. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry if I'm on top of the leaderboards. I'm sorry.
Yeah, please come out and treat Bomber like Bomber treats
He
Japan.
just doesn't understand.
Psycho Nuts, thank you for the $2 super chat. Now my mind is in the gutter.
Yeah, come on out. Playcasters, 7 p.m. this weekend. It will be fun. It will be Call of Duty. We will have some people doing actual announcing as we watch because that's what we do.
Oh, shit. I saw Titan in there. Oh, shit.
All right.
I already talked to Titan.
Now, Dread, are you actually here this time?
Yeah. You see?
Okay, Dreadpool. Tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
All right. First of all, thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks, Colt. Thank you, Noof. Awesome talking to you guys. It's been a pleasure. And you can find me on Twitter at Dreadpool. The O's are zeros. YouTube, gamertag, and yes, yet again, drum roll, Stadia.
I
Every
just want
Wednesday.
to point out, no one has ever said Stadia that we've ever had on here but you.
Nope, just me.
Oh,
the only
Mooch.
friends I have is Mooch and the Ghost of Wilmy. That's
The
it.
Ghost of Wilby.
So, but you can find me here every Wednesday nights and also on Saturdays, Playcasters, except until the end of October because I have a haunted house that I sponsor. So I won't be there. Fridays at 10, I'll be on Breakfast with Boom, and I also have Breaking Bread with Dread on Anchor, Spotify. It's apparently on iTunes, but I can't find it yet.
Hey, Dread, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Have you thought about contacting Google as the lone sponsor for Stadia to see what they'll give you?
I get free games. That's why I'm still there, man. I'm still getting the free games. I don't care.
I'm proud of you, man.
I've still got my Stadia units. They're just disconnected, and I deactivated them. So
I'm still on Stadia.
Oh shit!
All right, and Leo, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Out of nowhere.
I had to get out so Huss could be in.
What's his face even like?
He's female.
It's probably round, got 2 eyes.
It's like
there's a reason I wear a psycho mask.
He's got 7 holes in his head.
All right, well, Leo, tell everybody where they can find you, sir, with all those 7 holes in your head.
Well, thanks for everyone coming out. Thanks, Noof and Colt, for coming on. You can find me, Leo Nice 1084 everywhere. Have a good night, everybody.
Ghost, I love that you're
counting. And Wilmy, where can they find you?
I was like, wait, let me get all of them.
No, what were you going to say for it?
I just said 7
Where can
holes.
they find
and
you,
Ghost is
Wilmy?
over there counting his holes in his head.
Okay, well, of course, you can find me here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. If you're here, you know where the channel is. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I got lucky and somehow didn't get temporarily blocked by Twitter today. I have no idea, considering I post 100 memes per day. So I guess I just got lucky.
Yeah,
but thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for all the new people we've not had before. Thank you, Colt, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Noob, for coming back on. And by the way, to the asshole that sent me the message last week after the podcast, fuck you.
Whoa,
we'll leave it at that. Dumbass. I'm not even going to say his name. He messaged me right after the podcast last week, and of course we had Dealer and King David with us. The dude messaged me all upset because Dealer was on the podcast, and he goes, "Wilmy, you're just a closet X-bot." I was like, "Do you not notice the fucking chair I sit in every fucking podcast?"
Did you correct him and tell him you're a closet pony?
Wait. If you're a closet X bot, that means you can join me in my closet.
I am not getting near you in a closet ever. And
there's room.
One more thing before we hop out of here. It's time for the Silver Burst salute. So everybody, hail Silver Burst.
Come on, Colt, join us. Come on.
You can do it. Right.
Colt says he has to be nice. He won't do that.
I'll put him in my nose.
Making somebody's nose Italian?
And tomorrow night.
What?
I love it.
Go ahead.
He's so friendly. I really enjoy him.
And tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, we will do Ask Wilmy. It will be me, I think Leo, and Wicked Seed again will be back on with us. So everybody have a great night, and we will see you. Actually, you know the deal. You can find me on any gaming platform besides Stadia. We will see you tomorrow night.